At least for now. For those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly, I guess your dead master today. Now, this game does not have a clever name like the Zombie Master from another zombie-focused game, but today we're going to be playing our next charity one-shot for the 2024 season, and this one has been selected by Darren. And we are going to be taking out for a maiden voyage, Free League or Free-League's excellent The Walking Dead universe role-playing game. This is a game that was kickstarted 2 years ago, I think? A year and a half ago, 2 years ago? It came out last year in any event. At present, there's only the core book and a starter set for it, and it uses the same Year Zero engine that a lot of their other games do, although twisted to fit the setting for this. So before we dive into the game, it is a big thank you to Darren for his generosity and for making the selection of such a cool game for us to play. Allow me to introduce you to the survivors that we will be seeing today, and I'll go the order. I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got the man himself, Darren.
Oh yeah, Darren here. I am playing Rebecca Booker, who is our doctor of the group, and she's there to keep the faith.
Very nice. Next up is Colin, aka Spoik Pit.
Hello there. Yeah, I'm playing Laura Park. Apparently she's a nobody, but maybe we can change that in the course of the next few hours.
Nice. Next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Joel Bradley. He is a former CFL football player, and he's always hoping someone will recognize him wherever he goes.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Carl.
Hello, I'm playing Alan Andrews. He's an ex-engineer. He's driven to find his family, especially his wife, and he's very angry and bitter, which is going to be hard for me to do because I'm a super nice guy.
So what, one thing I will mention too, just because we had a comment on this on our last charity one-shot, and for these charity sessions, there are, which are going to be carrying for the first part of the year, there will be sessions where we will be playing, and it's going to be written and designed to be a one-shot, where we're playing, and there's going to be a start, middle, and end of a story, and that'll do that. In those cases, that is going to be because the game will accommodate that, and because that's clearly what the player or the donor had requested. So we've seen those last year in some of our charity sessions then, but for some of the games, they just have a more methodical style of play, and they take longer. They're more about inhabiting the world than it is really about telling a specific story. Walking Dead is one of those games. A lot of the Free League games, one of the reasons why we don't get them to the table often as one-shots is because they really seem to be written for campaign play, not for one-shots. That's not to say that you couldn't run them as one-shots, and there's some great rules for or suggestions for playing short ones, but for those reasons, we're running this as a see how the game would play if we were to play it at our usual pace with these games. So what that means is there is going to be a lot of there may be a lot of sessions over the course of this first half of the year that will feel like the story is unfinished, but that is by design. We are not trying to complete a story. We want to see what the game play is like at the pace that we would likely play it if it was an ongoing game. And while that may leave the viewers with a shortcoming for the story, what we hope is it would give you some idea of what the game might play like at your table if you wanted to play it as an ongoing game. So with that in mind, let's talk about our setting. I am really stretching things here, guys. After continually running a bunch of things that are set roughly in the foothills of the Canadian Rockies, we are playing a session set in the Canadian foothills, or the foothills of the Canadian Rockies.
That's the best way to do it. Put it somewhere familiar.
Absolutely. So this is going to be where our session will open. But let me show you the map that I have prepared for this as well. So the game organizes you're sort of sandboxing play into 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer squares. What I have done is grabbed an area west of Calgary, where I live, and you can see places that might be familiar. Banff, Alberta is right here. Banff is a very popular tourist destination. Canmore is, you may not be as familiar with it. It is a very similar to what Banff is like. It's more foothills, but it's outside of the national park, which means there's a lot more development. Banff is restricted because it's a town within the national park, so it stays very much a kind of vacation town. Canmore is more a place where other folks live. Dead Man's Flats is just far too good of a name to not include on this map, so you've got that there. Other significant parts, Bragg Creek is a great little community in Kananaskis country, just west of the city. It is not part of any national park, but there are a couple of other ones in here. There is another. Oh, let me show you. I'll do it by handout. I want to show you what the Kananaskis country looks like. This part of it sponsored by Alberta Parks, incidentally. No, I'm kidding. Although I did get, god damn it, fucking February, I got my reminder to book campsites from Alberta Parks last week. Here, Kananaskis. I think I might have spelled that wrong. Kananaskis. For those listening at home, my apologies for misspelling it. Here we go.
You have to book early in Canada if you want to go camping at national parks.
Definitely, yeah. So this,
it's
guys,
like concert tickets.
This is what the area is like, and this is, maybe 5-minute, 10-minute drive outside of any of the communities that I'm talking about here. Mm-hmm. It is well and truly in the wilderness. The region where you guys originally settled. So you are, the four of you and the other 16 inhabitants of this community were originally part of a community called Redwood. Redwood Meadows is a little bedroom community that is in the foothills, that is actually on First Nations land. And it's on a 100-year lease, and it's a place that is, or was, in your mind, isolated enough, independent enough, and secure enough that you could secure the place. That unfortunately proved not to be the case, and right at the beginning of the winter, a massive swarm of now, do we want to call them walkers like in the show, or can I just call them zombies? Because I really like the Z word a lot.
We call them Zeds for Canada.
Yeah, there you go. That's really well played, Carl. The Redwood Meadows, unfortunately, or the community of Redwood, fell. There is also the nation that it borders on is the Tsuut'ina Nation. That's the First Nations community that was nearby. They also had a separate community from Redwood. It's unclear what's happened to them. You and the other 16 survivors are the only ones who made their way out. You got a bus and just drove up into the foothills and found a place. Where you guys are right now is around here or here. I'll let you decide how far into the mountains. The reason it's important is because it is about a day to walk each of the squares. You cannot go diagonally, which means you need to, for instance, if you want to go to Bragg Creek, that's how you would do that. You found this place. So this is where you are. Calgary is just to the west. This is the edge of the city of Calgary. If you're not familiar with it, it is 1.3 million inhabitants. So Calgary is, just because I was thinking of it in terms of Atlanta has like 400,000. So it's about 3 times the size of what you see in The Walking Dead. I mentioned that to give you an idea of just how many zombies you might expect in the city itself. One advantage you have, Calgary is very spread out. So that means that the density of zombies is likely to be less. Cochrane is a feeder community for this, a more substantial and larger place. And I think that's all the like communities you need to know about. All the other smaller places, Radnor, Morley, Benchlands, Millerville, these are much smaller communities, and you can choose how you'd want to, you can think of them as more like towns or rural feeders. Places like Cochrane, like Canmore, like Redwood Meadows before the thing, like Bragg Creek, you can think of those as they're not cities, but they would have all the same type of stuff. Big box stores, they would have suburban communities, they would have auto garages. This is the shit that you might want to be considering for if you need to get supplies and stuff. Yeah, so that is that. Kananaskis Village is a tourist, skiing kind of place. So much, much smaller than any of the other communities we talked about. Where you settled at the start of the winter was just a house located on an acreage in the middle of Kananaskis country. Unfortunately, shortly after arriving, you were hit with possibly the worst winter in 100 years. The cold, the snow, and the unrelenting wind have made it that it has been impossible for you to leave here for 6 months. In addition, in the course of escaping or taking the back roads, there was some damage to your one vehicle, which is the bus. And as a result, it leaked antifreeze and the engine block cracked, which means it's not a matter of going and patching something together. You need proper mechanic stuff in order to replace that, or you just need to find a new vehicle. You have not had any contact with anyone else for 6 months now, but which is unseasonable. Typically, even Kananaskis country gets these warming winds called Chinooks. They come in and suddenly there's a 15-degree change, and it's a lot of a melt and thaw cycle. You've had almost none of them, and none that have been enough. One of the downsides, when the Chinook did come and you guys thought maybe now was a time to get out, as soon as it freezes, it's fucking ice everywhere.
Well, ice everywhere in one of your games, Kev.
Shocking, I know. Right what you know, right? But spring has finally come. The roads seem to be both clear enough and stable enough for you to consider going out and exploring elsewheres. You have heard, when people have been out on hunting expeditions, you've heard the sounds of gunfire from far away. Not like auto fire, single shots. But they're sporadic enough and they're not in a consistent location enough that you've necessarily identified where it is. The 20 of you that have survived, you did not plan to all be together. It was everyone who happened to end up in this. You do not have a radio. You do not have a way of knowing whether anyone else from Redwood survived. You don't know what happened to the Satina. All you know is that it is finally time for you to perhaps leave and do some restocking. Mechanics-wise, for the haven that you guys are inhabiting, you have a 2 in both, let's see here. It is what are the 2 mechanics? Oh, where are we here? A 2 in capacity, which means you can comfortably handle 20 inhabitants, and you have fishing equipment and hunting gear, one of the upsides to taking refuge in a rural home in Alberta. And you have a defense of 2, which is +2 to skill rolls when defending your haven, and you have fencing, and you have a lookout who is on here. There are 20 of you left. Now, what I'd like to hear first is, what do you think your survivors' role? I can't remember if they call them survivors or not in the game, but that might be a all flesh must be eaten thing, but that just feels right for a zombie game. So for your survivor, what is it, what role do you think you've fallen into for the community over the last 6 months?
I think for Alan, he's an engineer by training, so he probably has some basic mechanical or electrical engineering skill. So at the very least, he could try to, get some projects going, especially with regards to structure.
Yeah.
If there's any, I doubt that we probably had a way to generate heat, or we all would have died.
Yeah, this would have been any place like this is designed to be self-sufficient, so there would
But
be
he's probably monitoring any generator, or if there's solar panels, or making sure that that's up and running. That's probably his. And he probably keeps to himself because every time he goes, someone comes by, like, when are we leaving? When are we gonna go find, my wife?
Yeah.
But,
okay,
but he's probably like the tech guy.
Okay, so that's the role.
The handyman tech guy.
Okay. We have determined too. Ryan Smith is a senior citizen with. Let's see here.
Yeah,
he's got good tech skills and good survival, hasn't he?
Yeah. So Ryan is a guy who has spent some time in. He's either lived in a rural community or he's has a past living, in a more hands-on rural kind of way. He could very well be just a not a lineman, because those are guys who do locate, but he could have worked in the oil sector. So he could have some more hands-on stuff. So while Alan, your training is more in the high-level stuff, this is a guy who kind of knows how to turn a wrench.
Yeah, so I probably learned some important stuff from him, like hands-on stuff that Alan hasn't done since graduate school or whatever. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
what about the rest of our survivors?
Yeah, that's my NPC anchor, right? Ryan is.
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe it reminds me of my father, who's probably passed away during the apocalypse.
Oh, and who knows at this point too? I feel like it's probably my father was a lot older and was probably in assisted living, and there's no way that. He would have lost hope. Yeah.
So he's adopted this Ryan guy, whether Ryan likes it or not.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys? What role have you fallen into?
Well, on the subject of segueing on from Ryan, Laura, she's latched onto Ryan a little as well, because he's an older guy. He seems to have butted up with other people a little bit, and I'm imagining he's the sort of character that maybe has got a little bit of time to chat. And Laura has got things she wants to talk about, and is sort of happy to listen to the old guy, and she sees it as a bit of a chance to learn where she maybe didn't pay too much attention in school and got into kind of drinking and partying. She's sort of regretting some of her life choices at this point. And perhaps has lost family, and much in the same way as Alan, she sort of sees this Ryan as a bit of a fatherly figure and a voice of reason and experience. But I'd say in terms of what she can do, she's quite an athletic, agile, live type of character, and she's quite quiet, and she can shoot not too bad. So I think she maybe does a little bit of hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Goes out. She's got some wits and some smarts, bit of survival, and I think she maybe
for whatever
goes out foraging.
Stuff may have been able to be turned up on this property, either in the main house or that little garage. I think Laura may have been the one to find all of it in every nook and cranny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the kind of person you don't really appreciate maybe for what her involvement is with the community until she's gone, and you realize Jesus, she was helping out with this and this and this, and Does that sound right, Colin?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because she's kind of not. I don't imagine she's a loud character. She's sort of like in the. She says she's a nobody. So yeah, she's the maybe a bit of a glue character at times, or just a facilitator of making the day-to-day things go by. Yeah, get done. Not a big ego.
Nice. Okay. What about Dr. Booker or Joel? What roles have you guys fallen into?
Well, Rebecca, I mean, it's fairly obvious, I guess. She's the doctor, you know. So people are always looking to her for answers to any sort of medical things, obviously. But they also see her as a bit of a leader because obviously where she goes, a lot of people will follow because they know that at some point they're going to get ill or they're going to have... there's a couple of sort of conditions in the group where people need ongoing medicine, and she knows what medicine to find. So when they're going hunting for medicine or looting, as it were, you know, they're quicker to find things. They don't have to spend lots of time, make loads of noise. So they're always looking for advice. So she's definitely a leader character, and where she goes, people tend to follow because they need someone like that nearby. You know,
Okay.
They look for advice. She's one of the only sort of professional sort of jobs within the group, I guess, as classed as a professional.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And she's got Denise, who's a sort of right-hand person who deals with the sort of day-to-day stuff, almost like a nurse. You know, she could probably do more than that if needed, but she does all the day-to-day stuff and works closely with her to support her in what she does.
And Denise was a domestic worker who...
Yeah, but she's got good medicine skills.
See here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she also has trusted, like, significant PTSD from being betrayed by someone when you guys escaped Redwood. What about Joel, then?
I think that Joel, you know, it's kind of the stereotype thing that happens in survival situations. He's just the big, strong guy, and everybody expects him to do, you know, something needs to be done that requires, you know, moving something heavy, doing all the sort of hard labor. And I think he resents it a little bit. You know, he's like, I went to college, or like people are having a meeting and he's like trying to get involved. They're like, no, you know, go do this. And it's like,
Yeah, I went to
He's a little
college
bit-
on a football scholarship.
yeah, exactly. Like nobody he kind of gets downplayed. Like, so he gets stuck doing it, and he realizes it makes sense because, you know, he's with, you know, quite a few people who aren't as strong as him and probably can't do it. So it does make a lot of sense. But at the same time, he feels like he's left out a little bit of some of the decision making and, you know, the planning, just because he's off doing the sort of more physical chores that do need to get done.
And so the game has a mechanic called anchors, where the players each pick one of their player character or survivor as an anchor and an NPC as an anchor. The other two NPCs we haven't talked about are Kayla Clark, who is a former dancer, who is a bit of a firecracker. Combat and mobility skills, who is easily insulted and is a bit of a nosy Parker. And Jason Lee, who is a farmer who thinks he's responsible for everybody else. He has decent survival and endure skills, so tough as old shoe leather. He's a good, farmer rancher boy. For what you can expect in the foothills as well, whatever you may think of Alberta as a stereotype, as far as cowboys and, you know, Texas Light or Texas North, and the Rockies. The only thing we don't have in the foothills really is oil. There are actually cattle gates or Texas gates that are across a lot of highways in here to prevent cows from getting out of certain parts of the park. There are cows that walk wild, that are roamed and grazed on public land. So it is not unusual for you to drive through Bragg Creek and find a bunch of cows on the side of the road, or perhaps crossing the road. Horses are extremely common in Southern Alberta, both of the domestic and wild variety. Less wild horses in the mountains or the foothills, but they're generally a little more east, a little more south, closer to the Badlands. But you certainly would have a lot of people who own horses who live out in these communities. So those are things pre, end of the world that you guys would be aware of. What are your, let's see here, Alan has mentioned his NPC anchor is Ryan. Laura has mentioned that Ryan is her NPC anchor. Rebecca has mentioned Denise as the NPC anchor. Who is Joel's NPC anchor?
I think that he likes Kayla a little bit. He finds her, her sparkiness actually, valuable in some ways, and maybe she kind of like spurs him on. Like he's confided to her a little bit that nobody takes me seriously, and I want to be more involved in the decisions, and she's kind of pushes him to like, well, speak up, make sure they know you want it. So he kind of has gravitated to her a little bit because she's sort of his cheerleader, so to speak. She cheers him on a bit to
Now, what about each other? Who are your anchors in the group? And again, they do not need to be reciprocal.
Yeah, I think Alan, Alan would gravitate towards Joel. He's a big man. Alan's kind of a desk guy, so he likes that big athleticism. He even had like a fantasy football league for CFL, not just NFL. And Joel maybe won him some the league that year for some
Grey Cup
defensive play, right? So defensive play.
Some money in the Grey
Cup, right?
Canadian content session of any game, perhaps, even including the guard.
15-yard end zone. I love it.
Well, and you also mentioned that your character is the smart guy when it comes to like a lot of the projects, and so I probably end up working with you a lot where you're sort of running the thing and I'm the muscle you need to like get the job done.
Yeah,
we probably do spend quite a bit of time together,
although I mean it doesn't have to be mutual like we've established. So
no, I understand that. I'm just saying like
Alan is a bit hateful.
Yeah.
So he does kind of joke. He tries to make it jokingly, but we're not super familiar, at least, I don't know. It's up to you, right? But he tries to do it jokingly, but it comes out sometimes a little angry.
Right. Fair enough.
I have to push my issue,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rebecca, Laura?
I'm gonna say Alan. I'm gonna say Alan for the player. Because once again, she recognizes these guys as smart characters, and they've just been around longer, and she can see through Alan's bitterness and stuff, and I feel like she's confident that if she needs Alan, she can kind of maybe get what she needs if she has to sort of charm him a little bit or whatever else.
Mm-hmm. Alan, did you lose your like immediate family? Your father, you said, is in a
probably. Yeah, he probably doesn't know, but he expects. But I think you have here, since my drive is to find my wife. My wife is out there. I believe they were probably part of the community and we just got separated.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. What about Rebecca?
Yeah, whether it's reciprocated or not, I think she would tend to lean towards Laura, just basically because she's one of the main sort of female characters in the group, for one thing, and she knows a bit of a history in the past, so she thinks she's out there to make a name for herself, someone that she can rely on in a difficult situation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's gonna probably have her as her anchor. Whether she feels the same is obviously debatable, but yeah.
That reminds me that I remembered it, and then I got caught up in listening to you guys talk about your characters. Did everyone get either the message on Discord or the email I sent with your secrets?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to look.
It's yours is an email, Carl.
Okay.
How do anchors work, Kev? I meant to look it up and then I didn't quite get to it.
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's a good question. If you spend time with your anchor, you get to reduce your stress by, is it 1?
No, I believe if you get all of it, but you can only do that once per game.
There you go. So if you have a meaningful scene with the anchor, you can clear your stress, and that's once per anchor, or once you can take advantage of an anchor.
That's once per game session.
Okay, so either the anchor, so you don't have to. Like, listen, Denise, you're lovely, but I need to find fucking Jason, so just fuck off, because I need to get my stress back.
Yeah,
so,
there's also like a short rest one too that can relieve one anchor. Like you hang out with anyone and have a smoke or talk about stuff, but yeah, you need an hour or more though.
Yeah, and stress is also like we saw in the Alien game, it's really a double-edged thing. You also operate more effectively because you get to roll extra dice. The downside being if you can also are more prone to fuck things up. Because if you roll a 1 on any of those stress dice, things go bad.
Do you get a condition on your attributes in this? When you push a roll?
No, it's only that your stress goes up.
Oh, right.
And the stress it also means you're rolling more dice, which means you're more likely to roll a 1.
But also succeed.
Exactly. It's a really interesting double-edged thing. And messing
like
up
Alien.
is independent of whether or not you succeed or not.
Yeah.
So
you can still succeed with the mess up.
Yeah.
It's great. Failing forward, isn't it? Yeah.
Complications type stuff.
Okay, so I guess one question then is, did everyone... Redwood is a much bigger community than your 20 people you've got here. Did everyone know Alan's wife?
I think I think Rebecca would have done, yeah. I think she knew almost everybody in the community just for checkups and just. I think she's quite orderly and organised, so she probably got lists of names and.
She's probably a professional of some sort.
Yeah.
You know?
The face you made, Jeff, I'm guessing that Joel did not, and is constantly like, Alan, I'm so sorry that you've missed Mandy. Sandy! Right, Sandy. Sorry. Sandy. We all miss Mandy. Sandy!
Yeah.
So, what about you, Laura?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. What would her role in the community have been? Would I have known her without knowing? What do we visualise her having done?
Probably not one of the more, as you say, she's a nobody.
Probably more like organizing, accounting.
Yeah, she was just someone else there, right? Like not if she doesn't have a professional designation and doesn't have a leadership kind of role, then she could just been a person who was living there. It's one of the many survivors who ended up there, and it just so happens that now she's gone from that much larger, more well-organized community to this desperate, group of 20.
Yeah, I think she probably was an accountant. Like based on what Darren said, maybe she was an accountant. She was really getting with organizing and helping maintain our stocks and stuff like that.
You mean your wife, right? Or you mean Laura?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Mandy/Sandy. Got it.
Mandy.
Yeah, Mandy. Okay.
Like Mandy.
Oh well, if she was doing a lot of that, then I probably would have known her because I'm a bit of a gatherer of stuff. So I might have actually been reporting to her and helping in that endeavour.
Okay. So it has been about 7 months since you guys have last had an opportunity to do any sort of, forays out. Everything, your food source is one of the few things that is still relatively stable. You have a fair amount of canned foods and whatnot that are supplied in here, and you have been able to trap game. There's a number of you who have expertise with that kind of thing. So, and there's a fair amount in here. When the summer came along, when the spring came along, as soon as it was safe enough to go out and you're not going to get, frostbite or whatever else, he was organizing sort of hunting patrols to try and drum up some game. This is 2 years since the start of the end of the world. So there has been a fair amount of, whatever is going to happen to the world has settled in to a degree, and we're getting into a much more post-apocalyptic setting. It also means that the wildlife, which is has always been really abundant in this area, is even more ignoring what little remains of human civilization. At present, it's not unusual to drive past deer in the neighborhood in any of these communities. So it's even more gone to nature over the past 2 years. Although that rough winter would have hit everything quite hard. You guys will have had time to start planning. Let's talk about what the plan is for as soon as you're able to get out. We are going to be picking up as you are getting to the first kind of safe opportunity to run. What are you guys thinking in terms of what you do not have is medical supplies? You do not have a functioning vehicle. Any of the other stuff that you're toilet paper, all the pleasantries. This place has a septic tank, but it is going to be fit to burst by this point. So you will need to either set up a project to build an outhouse or find some way of emptying that somewhere.
Okay.
So, and we can just, as we're talking it through, figure out what other things. Really, food is the only issue you've got. Fuel as well for the generator is likely something you will want oil to keep that furnace going if you have another winter like that.
So we're around here.
Yeah, here. Let me put a skull on there. Oh, hold on. Did I load it? Did I load it? I did not. I was going to put the Walking Dead symbol on there, but that I do not have. Let me see if I got a skull.
A storm's coming.
Yeah, so that is a thing. You guys just do not know
where they're at. Well, we knew one was over here 7 months ago.
Yes. So that's, I guess, my first. Here, let's no. Game prop dungeon. Here we go. What's in here? Nope, that's a little too. Oh. Here we go. Not to be too on the nose, guys, but now Redwood Meadows was where your community was, so I'm thinking you're 1 or 2 out. What do you guys think? 10 or 20 kilometers before the thing broke down. A bus, I believe, can move 2 squares per day.
I think that's probably about right, do you think?
Yeah.
20, yeah, I'd
Give us a bit of distance.
Okay.
I'd rather be 20 than 10, yeah.
Yeah, if we're given a choice further than closer.
So let me do this. I'll put a red dot for where the haven is. And let me move that to the map layer. There you go. So when you move, you'll know where the haven is. Kind of like a blood spot, eh? So what are you guys thinking? You would have had an opportunity to talk through this stuff. If you don't have a map, let's assume that you've got a map, or you can be talking. Someone drew one out to who was familiar with the territory. What are you guys prioritizing now that you've lost? What do you have on you on your character sheets is what you personally have. You can also assume you've got fishing gear and you've got some hunting equipment. You can also assume that there is 4 days. Each of you could carry 4 days of rations when you are out trying to scavenge. For the area, Bragg Creek is a good option. It is sort of where people would go for supplies who live in the area, and I will show you what that looks like. It's also far enough outside of Calgary that it may escape the immediate attention of folks from the immediate area there. A run into Calgary wouldn't be a terrible idea either, although that's quite some distance given that you're moving on foot. But there are city of 1.3 million, so there's going to be massive, not only big box stores and stuff like that. In the west end of the city is where a lot of the warehouses are too.
Yeah, but that just seems like
Yeah. Bragg Creek also may be the first place that anyone from here may think of. What you can see in the the photograph here, the big, long, kind of like elbow junction looking place with the orange or red roof there, that is a convenience store and gas station. Behind that, the 2-story building with the white and the kind of circular pavilion, that is likewise a gas station and also a restaurant. There are restaurants and shops all along that little mini mall that's in there, as well as some survival equipment places. There are some communities you can see, or houses that are around there. There's a rec center near there as well. So vehicles, stuff to supply, to raid from personal homes, all that stuff might be available in this area. It also happens to have one of the best ice cream shops in the region, although I suspect they may be out of business at this point.
We've got some tennis courts there for a bit of recreation.
Exactly.
Well, Alan wants to push to at least go to Bragg Creek. He would really like to go to Redwood Meadows and see what remains, but Bragg Creek seems the best bet, and in his mind a compromise, because maybe other survivors went to Bragg Creek. They're got to be there.
Yeah, I think any survivors from our original group would have started to return to either Bragg Creek or Redwood, so I would concur that we go to Bragg, get what we can, and then maybe even push on to Redwood if there's anything we can't get, like a vehicle or...
Let me tell you, that'd be something
supplies.
of interest for you, Rebecca. Cochrane and Canmore are the nearest regional hospitals. So as far as medical supplies and whatnot, those are... You may find some like first aid stuff in those ones, but for proper medical supplies... apart from whatever you guys accumulated in Redwood, that may still have survived the walkers. Cochrane and Canmore are your best bets, but they are pretty big.
Well, I know I've got some supplies left at Redwood that I couldn't carry, basically, and get out. So I'd like to pick those up. But yeah, I think that's our best chance to get a new vehicle, and I think with a vehicle, then we've got a lot more options.
Range.
Yeah.
We can find repair parts, right? For our bus.
Yeah, there's a garage in Bragg Creek as well.
What's at Kanaski?
Kananaskis?
Yeah.
Kananaskis is another community. So it'd be another... You would find a lot of the stuff you would find in a residential community.
Is it comparable to Bragg Creek?
About the same... kind of. Here, let's take a look. I can't remember. Kananaskis is a place I never stop.
The thing is, if we go east, we know the surroundings a bit better. We know the layout of, because we've been there before.
That's not mentioning a community. That's just a region for Kananaskis. So there's not a town called Kananaskis. Kananaskis Village, however... Let's see here. Kananaskis Village, it's a ski lodge. I'm not a downhill skier, so I've never been there, but it has... Yeah, it's a vacation town, which means it may have no permanent residents.
Yeah, it's a kind of smallish looking road there as well.
Yeah. It has hotel-style accommodations, numerous amenities, including a 36-hole golf course, downhill skiing, equestrian facilities, so horses potentially, trails for hiking, mountain cycling, and cross-country skiing, which means there may be any of those supplies there as well.
Equipment, yeah.
That's at Canmore.
That's at Kananaskis Village.
Okay.
Canmore is a proper full-on community. Like, I know... people who actually live in Canmore permanently. There's also folks who own condos there. It's a way of owning property right near the park without having to operate a business. To own property in Banff, you need to operate a business there because it's a national park. So for Canmore, I'm just checking the population here. Canberra's got a population of about 14, between 14, 15,000. Ninth largest town in Alberta. And it's like I said, the regional hospital there. And it'll have all the sort of amenities that a community that size will have. So garages, sports stuff, housing, construction stuff. Cochrane is a little less glamorous, but it's a similar type of community where it's a place where people live, not just go to visit. Cochrane, however, actually Cochrane's got 32,000.
Wow. Well, I mean, Alan would want to go to Bragg Creek.
Okay.
For sure. I mean,
yeah.
We got to see what happened to the others,
Yeah, I think at this point you don't know what the swarms necessarily do, right? Like whether they hit and move on or they hit and stay.
And then we can move on to Cochrane, get some medical supplies, or get the medical supplies that Rebecca might still have.
The highways here, I can tell you guys. So highway number one is the Trans-Canada highway. So that is a 2-lane either way, great big. So the kind of like, parking lot on a highway scene that you see in Walking Dead so often, you may find something like that closer to the cities. But Highway 22 is a fairly important local highway. It hits a lot of different communities, and it runs almost the length and breadth of Alberta. So it's fairly well maintained as well as far as those roads are, which means that they may more likely survive having, a really shitty winter. I think we've made this Canadian joke before to things, but Canada, especially in the Canadian prairies, you have 4 seasons. They are winter, summer, fall, and construction. The highways are pretty badly affected by weather sometimes, and 2 years where there's been no treatment, you may find some things have been washed away or otherwise negatively affected. But in any event, that is the situation there. Laura or Joel, what are you guys thinking? What do you think of that plan?
Well, Laura, I mean, she's kind of young and fairly fit. I think she personally thinks that we're not in a bad situation as we stand, but she's not a big decision maker, so probably fairly happy to go along with what everybody else is, the consensus. Although she's got a few nagging doubts about what went to pass. She's kind of a little bit concerned about where the next drink's going to come from, because she's got a bit of an issue with the evil drink. Mm-hmm. So what is she doing about that at the moment? In terms of, she managed to find a few little stashes of bottles here and there.
Wine cellars are a proud tradition for the affluent in Alberta. So I think that you may have been putting a serious dent in this one. Do you make up? Yeah. Do you keep it? Like, are you a secret drinker, or do people know that you're?
I think she makes no secret of drinking, but I think she tries to play down the fact that she's kind of like getting on a drink a little bit too early in the day, and she hasn't got total control of it. She's conscious of people putting her, calling her a drunk or something like that, when she's keen to sort of make a bit of an impression and to prove herself a little bit. And I think she knows deep down she really needs to get control of this, but it's easier said than done, especially under these stressful circumstances. It's easier to reach for the bottle and anesthetize yourself to the grim reality that there is. Mm-hmm. So it's a struggle. She's struggling with it.
Okay. What about Joel? What do you think of the plan?
He's feeling very cooped up and anxious to get out. And as much as there's sort of fear in running into the Zeds, he kind of likes it. You know, he's lived a life with adrenaline. He doesn't mind running into a small enough group that they can handle them and maybe get into, you know, maybe smash some zombies to let out that cooped up feeling with, you know, let out a little aggression. He's not deathly afraid of them like some people, I think. Maybe not maybe not the wisest thing, but
okay. All right, and we're going to assume for the purpose of the 20 of you, it'll be the 8 of you that are talking about potentially making the run. Do you guys wish to have more? I mean, I don't want to make that decision for you. When you're talking about making a run, besides your 4 survivors, are you thinking about bringing anyone else along with you?
I mean, I'd rather not, but anyone out there have a more useful. I mean,
if we find a working vehicle, we can drive back and collect the rest of the group. Would be my thoughts. So we'd go as an 8 and leave the rest.
Well, that's what I'm sorry. I'm asking about the other. Like, I didn't want to assume that Kayla, Jason, Denise, or Ryan are coming along with you guys on the supply run. I want you guys these are who your anchors are, or, you know, are sort of the ones we see most on camera, as it were. But if your plan isn't to bring them along on the supply run, or bring some but not others, that's fine too. The upside to having them is, if anything, happens to befall any of our survivors, we do have ready replacements for you to pick up and play.
Well, surely there's a little bit more safety in numbers.
Probably don't need numbers, though, do we? By the sounds of it. Yeah.
You guys will be fine.
Yeah, the only thing, I guess, even though I use Denise quite a lot, it would leave the place without any sort of doctor, healer, medicine. I don't know if we got any others in the 20.
No. No. Not that you're aware of, at least.
Even though she'd like her to come, she might suggest that Denise stays behind. Only because of that.
Okay.
So what? So can I find out what medicine you're actually after getting, Rebecca? Is that something you could disclose? Like,
well, we're running low on insulin for 1 or 2 people, and then just other general supplies.
All right.
But you know, potentially people could, die if they go without that for too long. It's only going to affect 1 or 2 people, but that's still 1 or 2 people out of our group, so that's important.
Yeah. Do we know if then 1 or 2 people are going to come along to help get some of this medicine that they need so bad, or have I got to put my own life on the line to get it?
We could ask them to come along, obviously.
Well,
But I wouldn't want them to hold the group back.
What you can assume, just to judge your degrees of success, unless someone has a good or better skill that is referencing, they're rolling 4 dice when they're trying to do something. Which means that with pushing, they may have a chance of succeeding on something, but more often than not, they're going to be not the most helpful folks to bring along.
And they're like to me, I feel like they're liability.
Well, that's what I was trying to say.
Because he's mean.
Yeah, without saying it, that's what Rebecca was saying.
So we're leaving Denise, Ryan, Jason, and Kayla. That's the plan? Just the 4 of you?
I say, but Joel, if you want to bring your girlfriend, that's fine, whatever.
But Jason's a farmer. I mean, he's a tough cookie. I mean, I think we'd be silly going out without Jason.
Oh, let's take 2 along then. Let's take Carla and Jason, maybe. Leave the other 2 behind.
I'm happy to take them along.
And what about Ryan? I mean, we need somebody sensible, He's the voice of reason. He's an experienced I mean, if we need to get a vehicle started, or we need to get the right parts. I mean, he's the fixer. He's fixing everything up around the camp. I mean, I know Alan's a great engineer and all that, but by his own admission, it's a long time ago since he did the real practical hands-on stuff.
But I've learned a lot this winter. Ryan's I don't know. Ryan's an old man. Ryan's an old man. Come on.
He's getting on in years. We've got to do a lot of covering of distance.
Right. If you want to carry him, go ahead, Laura.
I mean, his fitness questionable? Kev?
He would, for any physical tasks like close combat or whatnot, he'd be rolling 4 dice.
This is 20 kilometers, maybe more. We've got to cover as well.
It'd be a 3-day journey just because of the way the foothills and whatnot. From what I remember, there isn't a concern for terrain in the game. I would probably rule for certain things that there would be for like using vehicles over like places where there's no fucking roads.
I'm gonna ask Ryan. Can I just ask the guy?
Yeah. Well, we're going to get to. So what I'm planning is once we have an idea of what the actual plan is, we're then going to start a day. Now we're going to start proper role playing at the character level as opposed to talking about strategy on this generally. You guys have had a whole winter to consider what to do. Right. Rebecca's almost out of medical supplies. Laura is almost out of her medicine. Joel is just getting twitchier and twitchier. And Alan will talk about Mandy/Sandy to anybody who will stand still. So I'm suggesting that Ryan, for his experience, comes along if he's up for it, and I'm also saying that Jason Lee is a tough guy. He's lived all his life in the outdoors, farming and practical. I mean, if I'm to go along, I feel like some backup for some good outdoor hands-on people is, no disrespect, but doctor and an engineer, that's all right in the lecture theatre, but when it comes to the nitty-gritty, we need some practical folk, I feel.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
So, I love it. So,
you're just gonna get my buddy killed.
It's fine. It's not gonna get killed.
Ryan, you don't need to go.
So, I love the idea that there is like until you're picking up shit and getting ready to leave the door, it's still disagreement amongst the group that feels very authentic. Right, yeah, because I mean, like, this is not an adventuring party that came together for a single goal. It's just a bunch of fuckers who twice have found themselves in, a situation. So that's great.
What if the generator goes while we're gone? Who's going to fix it?
Well, the nights are drawing out. It's springtime. Just light up some of the candles. I mean, there's plenty of firewood around. Light a fire.
No, so Ryan, it's up to you, but I don't think you should.
So let's pick up with, I think the date is likely, let's say late April. So certainly there are threats of further snow and whatnot, but things have gotten to the point where you are going to be stretching the heating conditions and whatnot and the other things. And there's been enough warm days where the roads have seemingly cleared. It's not today that you're leaving, but it's likely to be any day. Once someone kind of makes the call that, okay, we gotta go. Like if you guys have an idea of what like sign you're thinking for, maybe we're seeing someone walk down to the end of the road to see how far things have melted, or check on like the river nearby or something like that, to judge when things will be ready to for you to be able to actually leave and try and get to Bragg Creek. So it's not a determinate day. It is a day that is on the precipice of something important. And what I'd like to know is, as morning comes, as everyone is getting up to get on with their day, what are we seeing your characters do around this place? What does any one of those regular days look like? I can tell you that Jason has been organizing hunting trips. So crack of dawn, there's been folks going out to hunt, sometimes with him, sometimes without. Jason has been talking about cultivating a field out back to try and grow some crops for you guys, some vegetables and whatnot. He's been diligently saving seeds, but whether it'll actually grow or not is another issue. Plus, if the septic tank ruptures, it's probably not going to be wanting to plant anything out there, or at least not. You'll want to really wash off those carrots. What do we see your characters do? Where are you sleeping? Are you in a group room? This house probably wasn't designed to accommodate 20, but it fits it okay. It probably stinks because you have not been able to open the windows all that much. It's been so cold.
It's not the nicest place right now.
You can assume that you got enough cold weather clothing so you can comfortably be outside if that's what you'd rather do. Who do we see first?
I think Rebecca probably gets up fairly early.
Okay.
I think you'll find her outside sitting on one of these deckings with notes, writing notes, if she needs to do checkups on people. She's a very much note taker, list maker, always got a notebook with her always scribbling down things. She'll be planning to do a medical for Ryan to see if he's going to be healthy enough to go on this trip, so she scheduled that in for sometime this morning.
Okay.
So yeah, she's always beavering away, writing notes and checking her supplies and stuff.
Canadian content.
I mean, Alan's going to be getting his stuff ready, checking his gear, putting in his pack, his compass flashlight. He's got a portable stove, I guess it's a jet boil. And then he's going to, if he goes out there, he's pretty anxious, checks his pistol, make sure he's got everything. He's ready to go.
Okay.
It's time. I can see Rebecca out there.
Yeah, see, like you've checked your go bag, for the 4th, 5th day in a row or whatever else. You head into the kitchen and you can see through the window. Outside, Rebecca is sitting on her own. There's a steaming, thing of tea or coffee or whatever it is that you start your morning with. And she seems to be scribbling away. She is on her own out there.
I'm going to go talk to her.
Okay. So you can hear the screen door open and then close behind Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that is typical? Like, does she know it's fucking Alan coming out again, or? He probably
he's pretty tense, dude.
Yeah. So the thing closes louder than what you would expect, so you know precisely who it is, Rebecca. Do you turn, or do you just keep on working?
I'll probably just say, join me, and just continue sort of scribbling, finish what I was writing before looking up.
He stands up there and goes, look, I don't want Ryan to go. He's going to get himself killed. Just I know you got to do this checkup and stuff. So, or if you do a checkup, just like, you know how they do it. Scratch him. Say he can't go. Your secret is safe with me. I won't tell anyone. I promise.
Nice.
I'll be honest. I don't think he'll pass a medical anyway.
Well, just make sure he doesn't. And I don't trust that Laura. I don't know what her deal is.
Hey, she kind
of gets too close. I'm married, man. I'm married.
She's had a bit of a pass, but I think she's on the up. I think we all.
If you think so, well, you're the doc.
We're all doing well.
You're a psychiatrist, right? A psychiatrist.
She's got a bit of training in that, but that's not her speciality. So,
maybe I think that's probably a joke because Alan always has to barb somebody,
Yeah. Don't worry about Ryan.
All right, thanks, Doc. I try to pat her on the shoulder, but I end up patting her on the head or face instead.
He's just, you can tell, like, being around Alan, it sounds like it's like, I call it like a conversational minefield where you're just like, something you say is just going to fucking piss him off. So you're constantly like trying to not take any strong positions or clearly address something because it's just going to set him off again.
Doc's too calm, man. Too calm.
Laura and
I like
Joel.
that, Doc. I like that, Doc. You got to have ice in your veins. From those Zeds. When those Zeds come.
I love the idea that Alan thinks that he's like, I'm just so tough and good. Like, man, you are the most damaged of anybody else here. You are ready to fucking blow off. Laura and Joel, what are your mornings like? Where would we find you? You know, you're not wrong that probably like to save on fuel. You may be taking advantage of the fireplace, wood burning fireplaces in here. So there's always going to be wood that needs chopping too, Joel, if you want to.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think he's probably got a morning routine like that, you know, like chop the wood for the day, scavenge as much of the food around here that he can sort of get his hands on, like sort of hover over everyone's breakfast, you know, like you gonna finish that, you know, like.
So you guys can maybe hear the chock. Let me ask you this. For chopping wood, because it's a sound that does carry. It's not like gunfire where it goes off, but gunfire is an individual sound, and it's not. If it's not automatic fire, it's sometimes could just be a one-off thing, and it's difficult to replicate. A rhythmic sound, though, that is like chopping wood. It's not happening over and over again, but it's semi-regular. Is there a concern about that potentially drawing Zeds?
Alan would think so. Alan would think so. So he's gonna walk over there, but I'll wait till you do spotlight on other people before he gives Joel a piece of his mind.
I think potentially we'd have done it indoors to start with, and we've got more and more sort of not relaxed and complacent, but just it's eased off and did it for a little bit, and nothing's happened, and now we're probably feeling safer and. Yeah, maybe a little bit complacent.
Okay.
I mean, as long as we have a switchback coming up to the cabin, we'll be okay. Because zombies can't do switchbacks; they just walk straight.
Bears cannot climb trees.
Joe wants a few walkers.
No, not at all.
Huh?
Sorry, what was that?
Joe, you want a few walkers in, don't you?
Well, you know, this axe will do more than split the wood.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're hearing this chwack. What about Laura? What is her morning like?
Laura's got up pretty early because she's a little bit tense about this whole thing, and she gets up early so she can get a couple of drinks in early doors before anybody notices, so she can just get her head straightened out a little bit, and then she's going looking for Jason. She knows he gets up early and he'll be busying himself in the preparations for the sewing and this business, but she wants to go and have a chat with Jason.
So maybe Jason is in the garage and looking over the what do you call it? The bus to identify, because he's double checking to make sure he got a complete list of what you might need in order to try and fix this thing. What's your hope with seeing Jason this early? Like you,
I want to convince Jason that he should come along with us on this run.
Okay.
To make sure he don't get screwed up.
Hearing the chock, the sound of Joel is at it with that axe once again.
That will illustrate my point perfectly, really.
Yeah. So you walk over. You see the door is open. You guys have actually. To sort of accommodate the bus in there, you've sort of had to bust out the center of the garage. So you're able to get in there now, but you really can't close the door once again and whatnot. But it is at least out of the immediate elements. And he is going over, and he's got a stained spiral notebook that was probably found in someone's supplies and whatnot. And he's going over once again and just checking the engine and checking the list of things he's got laid out on the wooden workbench right nearby. I don't think he hears you, as you come up, because you're pretty sneaky at the best times anyway.
Yeah, pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I think she might just kind of clear her throat, sort of thing.
So he kind of looks over. Oh,
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Oh, Miss Park. He's got that old-timey manners kind of thing from some small town folk.
Hey, Jason, I tell you can call me Laura. It's not Miss Park. You call me Laura. It's no problem. We're friends.
He sort of shrugs. You probably had this conversation a bunch of times before.
Yeah. Oh well,
Something I can help you with?
Well, we're headed out on this run. You got that list going. I can't help thinking it would be a good idea if you could come with us. We need someone dependable and practical. I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm going out with the wackos. I mean, the doctor. I mean, yeah. The poor old Alan.
He looks. He says, "Wait, Rebecca is."
Yeah, she's going on the run. Yeah, she says she needs some medical supplies are running a bit low. I mean, I'm all for staying here and sitting it out for a little bit, but can't just let these guys go. Well, listen, look, we've got the Axeman out there. I mean, he's a solid fella, but I don't know. I don't know.
Joel's going too?
Yeah.
Does Joel have a football nickname?
Big Joe.
I almost said J-Dog, and I'm like, well, I don't know. It could be JB or...
I was going to ask what position he played, too.
Yeah, I think he was a tight end.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Joe B.
Okay. So he says, Joe B's going with you?
Yeah. Joe B, Alan, Rebecca, and me. They don't want to take anybody else, but I feel that's... Oh, I don't know. I think it's...
Well, and he kind of adjusts his hat. I mean, I'll do what's best for everyone here, but where is it you're going?
Bragg Creek. Gonna go by Bragg Creek. Take a couple of days.
Huh.
What do you reckon? Do you think it's warm enough?
He kind of looks out the aperture of the garage. I hope so. If the weather holds, then yeah. But that swarm that took out, well, what if that made its way over to Bragg Creek?
Well, I mean, that's what I thought. It seems it's only 10 clicks south of, well, Redwood.
If you think it's important, I'll come along, Miss Park. What are you worried about?
Well, I mean, well, truthfully, I'm not sure they're the folk cut out for it. I mean, they're clever folks, but how practical are they? I don't know. A doctor, engineer, football player. I mean, I feel like I've picked up a few skills, and I can hunt, and I know how to survive, and in a pinch I could kind of make myself a bit scarce, but I don't know. What do they know about vehicles? We've got to try and fix this bus up, and what do they know? I'm no I'm no expert on these things, and I don't want us to make a wasted journey out there and come back with all the wrong stuff. I mean, we've got your list, but you've lived on the land all your life, and I know farmers, you're forever fixing up stuff and living off the land, and you're a practical guy, Jason. I think we need somebody practical on this job.
Well, you just had again. You make good points, man. If they want me along, I'll come along. Sure. There's probably plenty of good things we could still find, even picked over as it might be. There might be some stuff we can find. I know that there was, last time we went past, there was still a bunch of vehicles there too.
Do you reckon you could get one of them going, perhaps, if we could find one?
Me, I don't know, but Ryan could. Maybe Alan too.
Well, I reckon we should get Ryan to go, but Alan's got a point. He is a bit older. I understand that, but I was going to speak to Ryan to see what he thinks.
Well, I think if you ask him, he'll say the same as me. I'll go if you need me to.
Right, well.
But
perhaps if you can make some preparations, and we'll put it to the others and hopefully get going.
I'll have myself ready then. Oh, Anna says hi. Hi, sweetie. Anna made her successful stealth check. She somehow got in here and under my desk before revealing herself. You little monkey. So let's cut maybe to Joel as Laura sort of leaves. Did you have anything further you wanted to talk to Jason about?
No, I think that concludes
it. Okay, so we'll cut to Joel, and what's going through your mind as you're cutting this wood? You can picture there's like a woodshed, but you've probably cut more than enough to fill the whole of the shed itself, and you've got like a second pile with a tarp over it to try and keep it dry.
Right. I think that when he's chopping wood, it's like very alone time, and I think that one of the things that really helped him in his career was sort of, the Zen sort of yoga stuff that he would do to help him get in the zone when he's playing, sort of clear his mind and just be present in the game itself. And he really believed in that, sort of mental technology that people have. And so chopping wood is like one of the closest things that he has left in the world here. That's that moment where he can sort of practice that art of just making perfect chops and not really thinking about anything else, sort of like blacking out where they are, and the world almost returns to normal and back to a place of like, we're not just living in this horrible situation and trapped here. It's just me in the wood, and so it's trance-like, I think, for him.
So it sounds like then it is probably more than a few blocks before he realizes that Alan is trying to talk to him.
Oh, absolutely. It probably takes quite a few, maybe even a couple minutes of like, Joel, are you even listening? Sort of like.
You're muted, Carl. Sorry, so toast to Mo?
Yeah, toast to Mo.
What was your handle again?
Joe B.
I'm like, Joel, Joe B.
Yeah. As maybe then when you sort of realize, I'm picturing that you're down at the woodshed and whatnot, and Alan is like walked to the edge of the big deck there and is shouting down at you.
Yeah, totally.
So you've got his attention now, Alan.
Not rhythmic. Zed, zombies. Come on, man.
Sorry, man.
Irregular sounds.
I know. I really get lost in this. Look, this is me time, okay? Are you just here to give me shit or what?
Man, that catch that you made back, is Dwight Clark-esque,
Look, I'm glad that I won you some money, and I appreciate our friendship, but wood chopping's my time. And
Yes, but just chop irregular.
okay, I get it. Chop irregular. I'll do it.
So Laura is maybe walking back around or back to the main house itself. Dr. Booker is on the deck, still scribbling away in her notes. Alan's finishing up with Joel. Joel is finished being dealt with by Alan. When
I guess I probably Alan would turn around and goes, "Hey, we got it. We're gonna get out of here. I know you're getting stir crazy, saying some crazy things. I know it's the drinking, whatever. But we're gonna get out of here. Maybe you can take that axe and split some zombie heads."
Yeah, I think I wouldn't take the axe because it's like an important tool here for the house. But I think I've got like a baseball bat or something that I'm much more willing to take out with me.
With barbed wire.
Yeah.
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 So, where's my GM screen?
He calls it Bella, his bat.
Nice.
I got Bella. Don't worry. I mean, heaven forbid we don't make it back, but if it happened, I wouldn't want them to be without it.
You can tell that Cubicle 7 didn't prepare this GM screening. You want to know why?
It hasn't got a skills list.
There's no fucking skills list for their skill-based game. Come
All
on,
the skills are on
publishers.
the character.
Well,
there's only 12 skills.
There's only like 12 of them,
3
right?
skills.
There's only 12 of them,
yeah.
but it means that I need to grab something else to look it up then.
Yeah, I know.
So would have been able to fit on there. What I'd like everyone to do kindly is go ahead and make, no one's got any stress right now, so it's just a dice pool. Would everyone give us a scout roll, please? Scout and wits.
A success.
Is it something I can
Success.
use my binoculars for?
No, not for this one.
No. Okay.
No, I like the idea of you walking on with them on constantly. Hello? Oh.
Yeah. but
Okay,
they're hanging
so-
around the neck.
How do you know how many dice you roll? The number of dice of your
Attribute plus skill.
Attribute plus skill, precisely.
Oh, okay.
And you're looking for
Okay.
sixes.
I
If there's
failed.
nothing next to the skill, then 0, yeah?
Exactly. If you don't have the skill listed on your character sheet, you got nothing in it.
Oh, if it says it's level 1 or no? Oh no, there is 1. Yeah. Okay, so I only have
Ones,
that. Yeah,
2s, and 0s, I assume they are. Because
yeah. Okay, I got it. So it's this.
Okay. So
Oh my god.
Alan has a success here already. Would anyone like to push it? It means you're going to get 1 stress dice, but then you get to re-roll and roll 1 stress dice. So it's a balancing act. There's the advantage of you getting to roll more dice because of stress, but you have to roll stress with every dice roll then, and it means that you are... And the pushing is an expected part of the gameplay. Just...
I think I'm preoccupied that
Okay.
I probably wouldn't be that observant, so I won't re-roll in this case.
What
I'll
about...
push. I'll re-roll. I'll push until
Hell
it
yeah.
says-
There you go. So add 1. Remember, we're using it. Look at that. Okay, so you've already
Yeah,
got
wow.
3 successes. And give us a 1d6 roll then, because remember, you're rolling stress dice
Oh, yeah,
separately.
yeah.
From
Oh
it.
shit! I added it to my roll.
That's okay. Well, here, why don't we do this? Here's an easier
I've got
way.
that many sixes.
Make sure you're adding 1 to your blue bar. That's how we're tracking stress. I will treat the last dice as your stress dice.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so whatever that way,
works.
we'll just always read the last 1 or however many stress dice you're rolling, and we'll know
Yeah.
because your token will show how many there are. That's
How do I
3.
change? Sorry, Kev. How do I add 1 stress to that stress bar?
Oh, so you just click on it. Click on the blue thing, and then hit +1.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
Boom. There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
So
Nice.
Laura, you were the first one who hears it. You can picture you're walking and kind of cutting through these trees here. What you cannot see is the gorgeous view that goes down into here that shows the foothills stretching out behind you. If it wasn't for the circumstances, it would really be a lovely place to live if you were not feeling trapped here. Yeah. But Laura, you're the first one who hears it. Someone is calling out. And with 3 successes, someone is screaming at the top of their lungs, "Help! Help!"
So just on this on this photo, yeah,
Yep.
You kind of got this little paddock area out the back.
Yep.
Where is that building to the left, like the garage over there?
Yeah, this is the garage over here.
Yeah.
Or garage, if you prefer.
Yeah.
This is, if you want to get a view, you'd probably like run down over here and then look out in this direction. Okay,
so I'm where so I was just at the back of the house or the front of the house, depending on how you...
Yeah, you're probably like walking. There's a pathway, I imagine, that's going along here.
I was coming this way. I was coming down through there, down towards the deck at the back.
Yeah.
And I hear this. I think I just start jogging because I know the doctor's always sitting about on the deck in the mornings.
Yeah.
So I come running down the side of there, so I'm sort of by that fence line.
Okay.
I run up to that fence line and pointing and looking back at Rebecca and the guys.
Binoculars. Now it's your time to shine.
Yeah.
So you do that, and Alan, I think you've finished dressing down Joel. You're heading back. You realize that it's going to be forced conversation with Rebecca if you try and talk. So you're maybe on your way back inside when you can hear it as well. Help!
I'm gonna make my way down.
Yeah, so you go down these steps here. You head over, and you and Laura.
I probably tap Joel. I guess Joel's cutting wood around here, right? I guess
on the other side, I picture.
Okay.
Yeah, this is because it's a backyard. It would be awkward to have all the the stuff back there. That's also the backyard is where Jason is planning on cultivating.
Oh, right. Yes, it probably.
But you reach the top of the deck around the same time Laura gets out there, and Laura, you're the first one who spots it. You're looking through, and you can see pretty far down, about maybe a half kilometer away, just through the edge of the trees and down a fair amount on the slope. There are 2 people that you know. The person who's screaming is someone named Rosie, and the person she is propping up, whose clothes are absolutely stained with blood, is someone named Jonas. The 2 of them went with another survivor named Daniel on a hunting run. There is no sign of Daniel. What happens next, guys?
So Alan, they're out of our 20 people, they went out this morning hunting.
Yep, it was one of the hunting parties that Jason organized. Daniel is the most capable of the 3 of them as far as hunting. Rosie looks like she is barely holding up Jonas. Jonas's head, from what you can see, is sort of like just barely keeping up, and there is blood that's ruining his blue jeans and his shirt. And his jacket looks completely torn up.
I'd probably tell Laura, go help them. I'll get the doc.
Yeah, I'm vaulting over the fence.
Yeah, I'll go get Rebecca.
Okay.
I've already tapped, and I tap Joel on the shoulder.
Okay.
Josh, Rosie, they're in trouble.
So, hold on here. Here's a question I'm not sure of. Carl, you run this a lot more than I have. Can I just give you stress when you see things that are fucked up? Or do you make a chest?
No, you can just give us stress.
Okay.
When we see things.
Yeah, and I think so.
like when we see someone that we know injured or actually we see them get injured. I mean, it's up to you, right?
I think
like Alan, for example, will not get stressed when he sees zombies because I have IC ratings,
right.
But other people can.
I think that I'll leave it to you guys. How about if you feel that this would have been upsetting enough to raise the stress level, each of you can take a stress. If you feel like you don't fucking care, then that's fine too. So Alan goes racing back. Laura, you're racing down the hill to reach these two.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan is probably the first one to reach someone else. So you would hear someone is running on the deck, and when you're the only person out there, you can hear the sound of him running across. So you can probably meet eye contact with Alan as he's racing back across here, Rebecca, and the look on his face tells you that something's very wrong. What happens next, guys?
I'm gonna say, Doc, Rosie, Josh looks hurt.
Where are they?
I point down the hill.
God.
Get some others. We'll go and see if we can help.
Well, I'll go collect Joel, I guess.
Okay.
I'll start making my way in the direction he pointed.
Jason maybe comes, like by the time you get back, you would find Jason has moved back into the kitchen to grab like coffee or something like that.
Oh, me? Or...
either of you, if someone said to go and get some people to help, you would see through the glass door that Jason has just made his way into the kitchen.
I kind of knock on the thing and,
see,
tell him.
Yeah, what's up?
Josh, Rosie, Josh is hurt.
He says, what? And he sort of, where are they?
I point down the hill.
Okay, so he turns and does that, race down and vault over the thing, drops down from the thing and kind of runs into a sprint, grabbing his cowboy hat that tries to go off. Yeah. But Laura's the first one who will get the real distance there. Mm-hmm. As you're running down towards them, you can picture how kind of awkward it is to run down the hill at an angle.
Oh, yeah.
I think that Rosie is probably Daniel is the guy who can handle himself pretty well as a hunter. Jonas or Josh, it's like your wife's name. We have two different names.
Yeah.
Jonas is the is a guy like maybe 130, 140 pounds, like a draftsman or something like that before the everything ended. But he looks really fucked up. Laura, you have survival, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a survival check, please? And remember to include your one stress point.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, and be sure to take a look at your talents as well too. I don't know if you have one that applies, but just remember, you guys each have some things that are situational. Is that your roll? No, there it is. Success. There is, and the last one is the one we use as your stress dice. So you can tell, Laura, that the way he is injured, this doesn't look like a walker attack. It looks like a wildlife attack.
Is it bear?
Oh.
Is it bear?
Cougars or bears are all out here. And this time of year is when bears are waking up from hibernation. So...
I'll just go. I'll come running down. Where's Daniel?
I think Rosie is just like out of control with. She's still like screaming herself hoarse about help, and when you ask it, she isn't able to really respond. But Jonas sort of sputters out, "Bear."
Yeah. I see that. Where? Get down. Just sit down. You're gonna before you fall down. Just sit down.
And you can, if you spare a look back at the house, you can see Jason is in full sprint running towards you. Rebecca, Joel, and Alan, what are you guys doing, if anything?
Well, I'm coming running over. I probably still got the axe in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rebecca would have been running after Jason. She's probably not as quick as him, but...
Yeah.
So they're gonna hurry down there.
Okay. So everyone's coming racing down around there. Why doesn't everyone give us a mobility check, please, at +2? You got. This just strike
mobility
me.
+2, yeah.
Yeah. Not Laura. Laura, you're already there.
Oh, all right.
Some of you guys.
Dice.
2, 4. Whoops.
Okay. Yeah, Alan's fine. All right. So then,
I failed. Well,
yeah, Rebecca and Joel, would you like to push those rolls?
Yeah.
yeah, I think she feels that, could be life-threatening. So
Okay.
she's going to...
So you get 1 stress, and then roll 1 more dice in addition to re-rolling all those.
So our blue goes up by 1.
Yep.
And we roll 1 more than we just did. And the last dice, if it's a 1, that's really bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
Rebecca, you're good. And Joel, you're good. Wow.
Almost. Oh, wow.
Freaking roll 20, man. It just hates me. 3 6s and 4 1s. Just
I know,
flirting
but
with
the one
that.
is not,
I
the one
will
is
point
not
out-
in the...
Yeah, it positioned the ones in the correct location.
It did. It did.
So
It didn't
you,
screw me
and
this
with
time.
3 successes, I think we see. I mean, you're a defensive player from the sounds of things, but this big man can fucking move. So you see, he passes Alan, he passes Rebecca, and he's the first one to get there, in spite of you guys having like the length of the house as a head start. As you get there, so Laura, you help them down. Rebecca, you'll be the first one with any kind of medical training to get here, but he looks really bad. Like, things are really, there's a lot of exposed organ kind of stuff that's going on here.
Oh.
More than just like one hit or something like that. So Rebecca will be the first one to get here to deal with medical stuff, but there is also the immediacy of Rosie, who is just like seemingly out of her mind with panic.
I'm just going to grab her and shake her a bit.
Yeah,
Rosie. Oh, maybe just give her a little slap to the face just to calm her down.
Why don't you give us an empathy and manipulation check, please? Try and get her under control. Remember to add your +1 from your stress.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. So that is, you're easily able to get her under control. After, clearly you've got a good way of kind of grounding someone.
Yeah, Rosie, pull yourself together. Come on.
She funny stops and kind of looks at you. It's a bear.
Yeah, I can see that.
It got Jonas and had him down. Daniel went in after and drew him off, and then it went after Daniel.
So where is it?
She points back there, that direction.
How far?
I don't know. We were out for. Jason can interject here and says they've been out an hour. They can't have been more than a kilometer or 2 away.
Right.
And Rosie kind of looks up at him and kind of nods. Daniel had a gun that is not now back. Jonas had a gun that they seemed to leave behind. Rosie did not have... Rosie would have had a gun too. It doesn't seem to be with her. So they've also come back short 3 guns that you guys had, 3 rifles.
Right, I'll sit her down. Rosie, sit down.
She kind of falls down in the mushy snow. Her breath is still forming,
And I just point, look, the doc's over there. She's coming. And I start, I'll be back. Just sit there, sit tight.
So, Doc, what are you doing as soon as you reach there?
I'm trying to stabilize him. Can I use this skill, or does that have to be in a sort of more...
you do need
stable...
advanced medical gear then.
Right. Okay, so I've only got my basic stuff with me. So I'll just do the best I can do with what I've got to just try and patch him up so we can get him back to the house and try and do something a bit better.
So let's
Alan
see
is
here.
going to callously say, if he dies, you know what you got to do.
So there is a really comprehensive critical injuries chart here. Go ahead and give us... It'll give you a penalty of -3 to your dice pool. Okay. And then, so whatever your...
Yes,
what
I
is
normally I've got empathy 5, medicine 3, so I've got 8
5 dice.
Okay.
So it's back down to 5, yeah?
Yeah. But plus your stress dice.
Oh yeah, plus your stress dice.
I'll roll one more.
Yeah.
No.
You want to push that?
Yeah, I feel that she needs to.
Okay.
So
So give us, add one more to your stress,
Dice.
and then you'll be
6
rolling
dice.
7 dice now. And the last 2
7.
are stress dice.
yeah, okay.
Nice.
Oh wow.
So
Dang.
then give us a 1d6 roll, please. Oh, no, that's only when you mess up. Ignore me.
Got 3 successes.
So you are going to work here, and it is like you can see the. I don't know. Do you think you had background in trauma surgery before?
Yeah, I think like most sort of junior doctors and that, they move around the different.
Yeah.
So she's got a good understanding of everything, but I think she worked in like emergency department.
Yeah.
Like accident and emergency, so she's seen anything that's anything from sort of broken bones to like severed limbs and anything that's really serious, accidents on motorways and things coming in, helicopters arriving with people in all sorts of states. So she's used to all this sort of stuff.
I'm laughing because I got a buddy who is a psychiatrist, and he's like, the thing they don't tell you before you start med school is how bad everything inside you smells.
Oh,
So he's like, I'm going to be a psychiatrist. I'm never going to see the inside of a body ever fucking again.
And it's like a car. There's like fluids in there that are not just red.
Yeah. So you get over there. Rebecca is on task. Laura has calmed down. What do Joel and Alan do when they reach here?
Well, Alan, like I said, he callously says, if he dies, you know what you got to do. And then he says, we got to get those guns back.
Okay. Ooh. Give us a...
should we go luck? Yeah.
Give us an empathy and manipulation check there, Alan. I don't expect you're going to pass this, but I'm going to see if someone reacts. And you got no stress right now.
I know. Empathy and what?
Manipulation, please.
Oh, okay. He hasn't quit.
No, he's not. I don't think he's for.
No.
Do you want to push it, or let's leave it as a fail?
Nah.
Okay. So I think you say that Jason gets up and gets right in your fucking face, and is just like, "Why do you think that's necessary? Why would you say that?"
That's what you got to do nowadays.
He says, "What would you know about what you've got to do? When did you go on the last hunting run? They don't know any more than what you do, which is nothing."
I hope the septic tank blows up in your face.
Hey, Jason, let's go. Come on, don't waste your time with the old timer. Let's go. Come on.
Why don't you give us an empathy and manipulation roll there, Laura? I'll give you, because of your relationship with him, it sounds like we'll give you a +2 to the dice pool.
I don't like this guy in my face. I am hateful, so I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna push Jason. I know he's bigger than me, probably.
How do I do that roll?
Do you want
to do that dice roll thing?
So then it'll be backslash. Was it /R? Is that right? Yeah, /R, and then however many D6 or however that you're rolling. So it'll be 1 plus. It'll be 3 plus whatever your total empathy plus manipulation is.
Yeah, I guess I'm pushing him back, so it's force, not close combat, right? So
okay. Well, let's just see how Laura does about calming him down first.
So, backslash. What is backslash?
You can use. There is a dice roller as well if it's easier. Colin.
How do you get it? How do you get it to go up to more?
So here, let me put /. What is going on here? Oof.
Yeah, you can use the dice roller, which is that little dice in the top left-hand corner, and it brings up a little menu.
It only goes up to 6. How do you make it?
If you click on the advanced
die roller.
the advanced one, and then you can sort of go up and down and change the number of dice. And
so here's what the there you go. That's what that would look like.
All right, got you.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, holy shit. So yeah, he immediately puts his hands up and backs down. It's very un-Jason-like to be picking fights like this stuff. But Alan, you do see an opening. He's got himself down. If you want to hit a bigger guy, this is your opportunity.
I don't need to punch him. I mean,
I hope not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he backs down. Joel, what are you doing? Joe Bean.
Joel is
but he won't use any violence, but he will say, I made sure you assholes didn't freeze during the winter.
Okay.
Me and Ryan, that's what we did while you were sitting there thinking about seeds.
Okay. He's
got to get the last word in.
Yeah, with 4 successes, Jason just, puts the hat back on and he looks over at Laura and just holds eyes with her like, I'm fucking coming.
Yeah. Well done, Jason. Come on, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Sorry, and Joel, what are you doing?
I mean, I think that Joel is like, he was actively looking for make sure that the bear's not around, look for the danger. But then now that this sort of little scrap's broken out, I think his reaction is to go over and sort of like step between them at least and, create some physical distance.
Yeah. So you go. It does seem like Laura jumped on it before to disable sort of things.
Yeah.
But Alan still seems to be chirping off, though. If you wish to.
Yeah, I think his favorite, one of his catchy phrases he would use here is like, "Look, we're all on the same team."
Yeah, we need to get those guns. But he does back away. Alan will back away.
Okay.
His buddy said we're all on the same team.
Okay. So then,
but he also says under his breath, "I'm not going to frickin' apologize. It's the truth, man. It's the truth." But
no one's asking you to apologize. Just chill out.
Then, Doctor, while all this is going on,
Rebecca's performing miracles.
Yeah, you were able to.
I need 2 people to carry him back to the house. We should be able to move him.
Jason says, I can help with that.
I'll help you, Jason.
Thanks, JB. And between the 2 of you guys, you're able to get him up. Rosie is just fucking shocked. And she's saying now, kind of muttering, the guns. Why did I leave the guns? Yeah.
I guess. Do you think you could get back to the guns?
She kind of, and Jason says, I think I could track it.
But I thought they're taking the guy back up there.
They are, but if Joel was able to overhear that, then Jason, he's on the other end of Jonas, so likely he could say, I could track him. Let's get him situated.
Yeah, let's get him back to the house and then go look for them.
Okay. So as he's moving the way back, what he tells you is, if that bear's out there, it's going to be hungrier than it ever is. To you, Joel.
Yeah, we will have to be damn careful.
Kind of nods his head. That leaves, I guess, unless Alan walks along with Joel. I mean, Jason is there as well, too, so I don't know if he's been hanging back, but let's assume that Joel and Jason are carrying Jonas. Oh my god, it's like playing Kingmaker. Everyone fucking rhyming names. So the 3 of you are heading back. Doctor, are you sort of scampered along with him? You certainly have stabilized him well enough.
By the side and just, holding something maybe, or applying some pressure somewhere. And
so then what you can see is in the the last bit of this little patches of snow where you guys were, where shade is just on this area too much, so it hasn't quite melted yet, and it's all red from where this guy was, and you can see Laura and Alan that Rosie is just staring down at that spot. What do you guys do?
Rosie, go up to the house. Go on, up to the house.
She kind of nods and All right, and it kind of scampers after things. She sort of stumbles a couple of times and then gets herself up. As soon as she's, 20 feet away, you can see she's starting to sob, leaving just Alan and Laura standing around.
Alan's gonna try to like cover up the blood with other snow.
Kicking with his loafers on too.
Yeah.
I mean, by this point, he probably has hiking boots. What am I talking about? He's also an Albertan, so he fucking owns hiking boots.
I mean, he's pretty agile, and so it's not like he's a scrub, Laura. All right, that's what he does.
Yeah,
waiting for them to come back because he's fixated on. He's like, saying, well, those guns are damaged, or you gotta fix them. It's gonna delay us getting back.
Come on, Alan. Come on, let's go look for these guns. You never get.
No, we should wait. We should wait for the Farmer Lee. Unless you could track.
I love the idea that's what he calls him behind his back, dude.
Well, I'm gonna go down the hill. And see, get a bit closer. It's down that direction, 500 meters. How hard can it be to find an attack site?
Woods.
We said what? 2 kilometers?
2 kilometers.
I thought it was half a kilometer.
No, she said about 2. The range would be like 2 kilometers, but you don't know.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to get, especially with those wildwood, unpathed woods. It's pretty easy to get lost.
Yep. Well, you're like a survivalist or scout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laura.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to wait for the others?
I was just gonna walk down the hill a little bit further.
Okay.
See what I could see. You can stay there if you like, Alan.
Nope, not with bears out here. He probably pulls his gun too when he says that.
Okay. So you guys make your way to the edge of the woods, and as you're spying in, that's curious. There is something you see in there.
Get my bins out.
Yeah, your binoculars. It appears. It looks just like you've seen this before. It's a mid-session break.
When you did that, like hearts came out.
Yeah, I saw you were making the hearts
You're
symbol,
making the heart symbol, yeah.
and whatever thing you have on your computer, it must have animated hearts.
I didn't do that.
No, is that like a?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
You did that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's weird. Okay.
I don't know. I've never seen it before. No.
So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes, and then we'll see what awaits our survivors in the woods. So we'll be back momentarily.
What was that weird shit?
I'm so glad you saw that, Jeff, because I was like, did I just imagine that happened?
I know.
Yeah, I wasn't sure myself. I thought, what was that?
There's a coolest cup I have. It's like it has it's like a bunch of cassettes.
Oh yeah,
Oh, right.
cool.
No, that's the marinade for the lamb.
Oh, that's good.
This is my favorite. This is my
Have you done it
favorite.
That is metal.
Titanium.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I got fed up. I got fed up, and my mug's getting broken.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys should check out the Walking Dead actual play on the.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good. It's good.
You've been putting quite a bit of stuff up.
Yeah.
I don't get too much time to
Yeah, it is long. They
watch
are long.
stuff.
Right?
That's the thing. Yeah. I always mean to watch a few more of, like, when we've played. Mean to watch a bit to kind of recap on sessions that we've done. So I'm ready.
Yeah.
I never get round to it.
Yeah, I watch the stuff that I've missed to catch up, but I don't. Except, although now I'm like, we're watching actual plays to make sure that we don't say anything stupid in them, and that they actually look decent. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not professionals or anything, but
No, it's.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you just want.
Kevin's a professional voice actor. That's how you pay for college, right?
Exactly. So what kind of? I see your resume. You can do a shitty faux Scottish accent. Can you do anything else? No, governor.
I can't do Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. I used that joke earlier today.
All right, so then we
Never
left
gets old,
Laura
man,
and
never
Alan
gets old.
at the edge of the what do you call it? The woods at the bottom of the hill, wherever a bear lurks. Joel and Jason have assisted bringing this guy back in. Kayla, Denise, and Ryan maybe all come out at this point to see what the hell's going on. Where are you going to put him? Do you have like a trauma area set aside, do you think, Doc? Or
Not for this sort of situation, I don't think. So it'd be just a case of the dining room will suddenly become like
yeah.
the operating theatre.
Plenty of
Yeah, we
knives.
just clear that table up there. Get Marcus. I'm going to need some blood, and he's the right blood type. So, I'm going to set up a drip and whatever.
Yeah. He is. So the way that, just for the sake of seeing how the rules work, with it being stabilized, there is a recovery time. It'll be weeks of recovery for him. Oh, I roll a dice for recovery time secretly. Shh.
Oh.
Shh. Did I say weeks? I meant, And let me just appreciate, for those listening at home, I was joking about how I have 2 sets of these fucking dice, but the game master rarely rolls dice in this game, so let me relish rolling the 1 dice I'll get to roll for this session.
Yeah, I got 2 sets too, the starter set and the Kickstarter.
Yeah, I
right?
didn't realize that the starter set came with the exact same dice. They're awesome looking dice.
That's cool. They're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
Very easy to read. So
I love the alien ones too, because they have a little face hugger on them.
yeah, and the different colors. Yeah,
That was so fun. I mean, I wish my home group would want to do. I know, like, some of my home group want to do like the next one, right? They want to do Destroyer of Worlds. Yeah.
It's a fucking awesome story.
I mean, but we'd probably like make. They want to make Marines, and then we could play Destroyer of Worlds as a startup for that.
You could play that, or there's that campaign that's out of the Colonial Marines Handbook too.
Oh yeah,
that's a full campaign with it. Yeah. So Joel and Jason, once this thing is set aside, I think Jason says, Miss Park says you're planning on making a supply run too?
That's the plan.
You count me in.
You got it.
So then he says, you coming with us, big man? I don't know why he's got a fucking accent. Why does he have a Texan accent? God damn it. Like every person with a cowboy accent, I immediately have to try and... Jesus.
Yeah, I think Joel would go and get his shotgun and Bella and head back out.
Okay. So get your shotgun and Bella. Jason gets a hunting rifle. Doctor, are you staying with everyone, or are you coming for the bear as well? He is stabilized now, so it's really just bed rest and antibiotics.
If Denise is on, if Denise is somewhere nearby and can just keep an eye on him, then I'll go with him just in case there's any more.
Yeah, because Daniel might be injured, right?
Yeah, and we haven't found Daniel yet.
I have news for you. So, there is, oh my. So severe bleeding, you actually are able to treat with just basic medical gear. No, you require advanced for it. Shit. So this guy's got hours before he dies. FYI, I'm going to take away for this. Maybe like when you get him sat down, that's when shit starts breaking loose and you realize you need advanced medical gear, but this guy's going to die in hours.
So you need advance to set up some sort of what do they call it? Blood transfer.
Advanced medical gear could be specialized stuff you'd find in a hospital. It's they say supply of blood, medicine, surgical equipment, or an operating table. I don't think you have advanced. You got basic medical gear, but
yeah. And we wouldn't have any advanced stuff in the house, no? No. Okay.
Well, our plan might be changing.
Let me describe what we've got here. Without the right equipment, there is nothing to be done.
Oh.
So perhaps
we might have to get to a hospital.
Maybe Joel and Jason, you both come out and you're getting your weapons, and that's when he starts, convulsing or something. And Doctor, you kind of get in and you realize that it's a much worse condition than what you expected. Rosie is in here as well, and just saying, I think she's losing her mind of like, what's going on? In which case, I think Denise will kind of take her out of the room.
Yeah.
Rebecca, you would appreciate, because you rolled pretty well in your original roll. What happens? You know that there's nothing to be done for this guy.
Like, we can't make it to a hospital before it's too late, basically.
I think that's what she would know. So, but Jason and Joel are standing around watching her just sort of look at this guy. And Jason's like, Doc, are you going to do something?
I will give him some sort of pain relief or something like that.
Okay.
And I'll just say, I want everyone out. And I just ask Denise to get everyone to clear the room.
Okay. With everyone cleared out and him calmed down a little bit, you can still see the spread of the blood is getting wider. What do?
And I'll start to constrain him. So I'll be tying him down.
Okay.
And I'll be just keeping an eye on him to see if he turns or whatever happens.
It's going to be 3 hours before he actually expires. So that's what you'll be doing for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, so I'll try and knock him out or give him pain relief so, he's not suffering at this time. So
while this is happening, you guys can hear Rosie kind of, unfortunately, living in such small quarters and with the other surviving people. Folks are coming out and kind of looking to Jason and Joel to kind of explain what the hell's going on here. What do you guys want to say? Joe, and everyone's kind of looking to you. Both of you have your firearms. They know there's blood all over both you and Jason. What's going on? Ask someone.
It's not going to make it.
That sort of wave hits everybody, and Jason says, "Come on." There's Bear out there.
I think it's a long time since we lost someone.
Probably you guys, since you guys got here, everyone's probably like redoubling their efforts to keep everyone safe, and Rebecca in particular may have been able to give specialized day-to-day, hour-to-hour care for people who did get sick.
Yeah.
So
this hits pretty hard, I think.
I mean, whatever's happened to Daniel, that's 10% of your whole group gone in one day.
Yeah. I think we got to get out there and find them.
Okay. So, Laura and Alan, you're standing at the edge there probably for a good half hour. What's happening during that time?
Well, Laura, while she's waiting, she just pulls out a little bottle of vodka and just takes a couple of swigs of that and goes, come on, what's keeping these guys?
Oh, I tell you, he's dying.
Well, yeah, of course he's dying, but we don't know what's happening to Daniel. Look, we're just standing around again. Here I am again, standing around.
Let's go. Can you find him?
Well, I can try.
To track him back?
Do you want to start off
with follow the blood? That point.
Yeah, follow the blood. Follow the
two of you going to head off before the others get here?
Make a start.
Sure.
Just to,
yeah,
we can start.
So why don't you give us a Laura? I think you got training in survival, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you give us a survival, so wits and survival check, please.
Mm-hmm.
And you got 1 stress right now. And Shoal, do you think that you would have gained stress from realizing this guy's going to die?
Oh, I do think so, actually, to be fair.
Okay, so you can give yourself another point of stress. Okay, so let's see here. Laura. Yeah, success. Nice. So you're able to follow find the path. You sort of crouch down and you're looking for what way they followed and what way they came, and you're sort of able to follow the hunting trail that they've managed to, start beating. So it's probably like every day for the last month people have been going out on this stuff. So there's a bit of a common path now. You probably went on some of these runs yourself because you're a pretty good shot and you've got, you're pretty handy in the wild. Mm-hmm. Even with them kind of branching off into another direction, you're able to do so as well. So you're able to start. How far do you think you would be continuing to follow this trail?
Can I still hear the kerfuffle at the house?
I think even at the bottom of the hill, you would have a hard time probably hearing it. And once you get into the woods, it's probably because they're not, all the windows are closed, right? Still cold weather.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you listened really hard, you might hear Rosie still, but probably not.
Well, we'll just go, I reckon about maybe 500 meters, just 500 meters from the house.
Okay.
And just sort of see if any of the circumstances have changed. Just, can I see anything else if I now look through my binoculars into the undergrowth?
I think you're pretty confident to follow with a good enough roll. I think you're confident to follow the trail here.
Yeah.
But what are your... Alan's got what, a rifle or a pistol?
A pistol.
Laura, a rifle or a pistol?
Pistol.
But they had, we're looking for rifles, right? So, but they had.
Yeah, we're looking for them.
Well, and grizzly bear has an average weight of 270 kilograms and a run speed of 56 kilometers an hour. A pistol and a pistol.
Yeah, should be fun.
So how'd you guys die in The Walking Dead? Funny story.
There.
So what do you think? You guys both kind of, have this moment of looking at one another. You're far enough into the woods where you've lost, you can't see where the field is outside of the house. You're making your way in there.
I can't hear any sound of like Daniel or any sign of Daniel.
Not yet, no. It is probably going to be going through the woods at this speed is probably at least a half hour of hiking before you're going to get across. If they did reach the full 2 kilometers in, it's probably a half hour before you're going to reach wherever they were hunting. Although that's where they were hunting. It's not necessarily where this happened.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. They went out 2 kilometers.
Yeah.
But I thought Rosie, I said, where did it happen? I thought she said about half a kilometer. That's where I got that from. But, that was all in a confusing situation. So
she also may be a terrible judge of that too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
I think we should wait for the others.
Yeah.
Alan's kind of looking around at the forest,
realizes his pistol. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they dropped the gun on the way or something, but they must have dropped it during the confrontation. So
yeah.
So
yeah, you might.
Maybe the bear's injured.
Let's go back. Let's get the others.
We can wait here.
So, Jason and Joel, we'll cut to you guys for a moment here. You guys get out. You make your way down from the balcony and start heading down, and that's when Jason immediately curses, and it's like kind of like not swearing cursing. Oh, consarn it. You're like, what? And you see, he says, where are they? Again, why do I do an accent?
Yeah.
Where are they? It's the cowboy hat. As soon as someone's got a cowboy hat.
Those 2 have gone off. We gotta find them.
Okay. So you head down. Joel, you don't have any training in survival, do you?
Survival. Oh, 1. I do have 1.
Oh, okay, nice. So let's see.
But your wits is pretty awful, though.
Yeah, my wits is pretty awful. I mean, it's medium, to be fair. My empathy's not great.
Okay. Let's hear.
That's how we get along. All right.
Why don't you give us a... Hold up. Where's it here? NPCs who have good training, is it +2 or +4 dice?
That's like 5 and 7, I think.
Oh, is it?
So
okay.
+1 and +3.
+1, +3. Okay. So would you give us, with your help as well, Joel, give us a 6d6 roll, please, for Jason.
6d6.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So he's having a heck of a time. You can choose to push that if you like for him.
Oh. Yeah, I think he would. I mean, I think he's, this is a stressful situation, and he would definitely be concerned. So
yeah. Okay. I think rules is written. Normally they can't push dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll let you do that.
Well, maybe I could do my roll too.
Yeah. Why don't you do your roll with 1 extra dice? Because you got 2 stress already. So you would roll whatever your wits plus survival is, plus 3 extra dice. The last 2 will be stress dice.
Right. Okay. Slash roll. So 4, 7, d6, and the last 2 are stress. 1.
So you're looking around, and or he's looking around and can't seem to find stuff, and you can see where the trail has gone ahead, or maybe you hear Alan, say something about like, "Come on, let's go back." So you know the direction, Joel.
Yeah. Okay. This way. I think I hear them.
Okay. So you guys make your way along. Joel and Jason, do you move in and sounds, or are you calling out for them, or what? What's going on?
Yeah, at this point, I think that we're less concerned about walkers and more concerned about finding them, and so we're actually just calling out to them.
Okay. So then, Laura and Alan, you can hear Joby calling out to you.
He's gonna attack walkers. That's the first. Or he's gonna attack zombies. We're calling them zombies. But he's gonna attack Zeds. These people
Jeffrey,
never listen. They never listen, Laura.
Would you give us a D6 roll, please?
Yes.
There's a saying we have in the mountains: if you don't like the weather, just wait.
Ooh. Could be good, could be bad.
Roll again.
Uh-oh.
Okay. The wind is picking up right now. So it's just it's no direct impact. Carl, would you give us a D66 roll? So give us a 2D6 roll and we'll read that.
Okay.
$34. 34. Okay. So tell us what happens, guys, when Joel and Jason meet up with Laura and Alan. Joel seems to be taking the lead. He's got a shotgun.
It's like about time.
Glad to see you guys. Guys.
You took off.
Yeah, well, I was just worried about Daniel. He's still out here, and I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand there listening to the screaming no more. I just had to make a move, and I found the trail. The trail goes down this way.
Yeah, we had to get moving because the Lush started drinking. So,
Alan,
remember, he's hateful.
If I ever pick in a fight, Alan, what have I told you? Come on, you need to calm down. Come on, look. We're gonna go to your.
Didn't even offer me any.
We're going to Bragg Creek. We're gonna go looking for survivors. You just gotta lighten up on us a little bit, yeah. Why are you always picking a fight?
I had her in the hand. We got separated in the commotion.
I just pat him on the shoulder.
You should have stopped the bus.
I've heard it all before.
I look at Jason. You should have stopped the bus. I think my beef with him goes a bit back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. His eyes narrow, and would you give us, Jeffrey, give us a 4d6 roll, please. 5d6. And we'll treat the last one as a stress die. You can see, like, Jason is close to fucking saying something back.
Yeah, like he wants to, but...
And he says, come on. We gotta find them guns. Those guns. Them guns.
Oh, Jesus. What about the people? I can't shut up. Can I?
Yeah.
And Daniel. I said, and Daniel.
He looks at him square in the eyes and says, Daniel's dead. Oh. Turns and carries on.
Worst smart thing he said all day.
It's like Alan would be either the most popular character on the show or the one that all fans fucking hate, depending. Although, if you know who would play him is fucking Ben Mendelsohn, because he does an amazing, likable asshole in it. He's the guy who played Craddock in Rogue One. He's just he's so good at playing a prick that you love. So why don't we have who would like to make, I guess, the survival check to track this? Jason is trained as well, so he grant a +1 dice to anyone who wants to make the roll.
I have 6 dice and no stress right now.
Yeah, probably you.
Okay. So give us a. So you got, is that 6 including the bonus, or?
Yeah, I have 5 wits and Scout 1.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so then go ahead and
Yeah.
give us a... Oh, no, survival, not scouts.
Sorry, I have survival 1 too.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Is that right? Yeah, survival 1.
Yeah, go ahead. So then you'd be rolling 7 dice, I guess.
No, 6 total. 5 wits and 1 survival.
Oh, plus 1 from Jason.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
See, we can work together, farmer man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fortunately, I have no stress. Oh, that last one. Okay.
Yeah, but 6, yeah, so you're good. It is about 20 minutes before you come across the first of the discarded rifles.
Okay.
It looks like something fell here to...
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely pick that up.
Okay.
I don't care if anyone says anything.
Yeah.
I say next one goes to Laura.
Okay, so this is...
You got a shotgun, right, Joel? You got like a shotgun.
Yeah, I have a shotgun. Yeah.
So it's 2 damage and plus 2 bonus. It's long range.
Yep.
So you get that up. Seems to still be functional.
Okay, that's good.
And then it's about another, because you rolled 2 successes here. It is another maybe 5 minutes before you reach what probably, with the little patches of snow that is still left here and the blood stains that are on here, this is likely where Daniel was attacked. And it looks like something was dragged off here.
Ugh.
Oof.
Oh no.
Fortunately, you do find... Well, I guess first off, do you follow the trail?
Well, I mean, I guess we have 2 options. We should... I don't want to confront the bear.
No.
Is the bear going to be smart enough? Doubtful. That it's going to eat him up and then... But then, I don't know. You know. Do we know that anyone who dies becomes a zombie?
At 2 years in, yeah, you guys would have come across that already.
Right. So, okay. So then it's up. We're either going to have a crawling... I'm sure the bear tore him in half, but maybe bit his head off. It probably would. I mean, I don't know. Who knows about bears? Oh, look at
Yeah, do we
bears
know
eat
much
the face off? I mean, it's going to crush his skull.
This time of year, it's going to eat everything it can off of him.
Okay.
What I know about polar bears, they eat the brains of the seals, so I'm assuming it's going to
Man,
eat his
Joel,
brain.
Joel, I didn't know you were a naturalist. I tried to make a compliment.
Look, there's a lot of trivia goes around the locker room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, watching Mutual of Omaha, I guess, right?
Curiously, when I've heard that phrase locker room talk, it meant something else.
Yeah. Some of us are more innocent than others.
Fascinating. You guys talked about polar bears in the locker room.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that Pepsi commercial, is it Coke commercial or Pepsi?
Coke.
That Coke commercial always pissed me off.
Yeah.
Penguins and bears, because I have to be, he's a whataboutism dude. So penguins and bears don't live in the same place. I'm just saying.
so why don't
No, that's right. Yeah.
you guys pick someone to give us a stealth roll here? Because
Well,
if there's a
stealthy.
bear here in the vicinity, it may be best to treat that you may be being stalked, not just yeah. Plus, the smell from here might attract other predators like cougars, and while
Or
cougars
zombies.
and zombies, yeah.
Have we got another rifle yet? Did you say?
Yeah, we picked up another rifle.
All right. So you want a stealth roll? What do you mean for the group?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
someone will be sort of taking the lead here. Who would like to?
I got 4 dice.
I got 8, 9.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go.
Go.
Although 9 dice,
If I'm on
geez.
if I'm on my own, I'd have 11, but I'm not. I've got you.
I don't think you should go up on your own. That's awesome.
Right, 9. Oh!
Oh yes!
Oh, no.
Motherfucker!
So, what's the conversation that's going on while you guys are trying to be quiet?
Alan's complaining about the Coca-Cola commercial with the bear and the penguins in the same commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize realized that was in character. That's amazing. All right, and it is that sort of moment.
The irony.
You know,
You guys, we're trying to be stealthy here.
And you can't push these rolls when you mess up. That's right.
Oh God.
The dire bear.
Christ.
Awesome.
It came back. So this will treat as a. Hold on here. Combat is very abstracted in this.
It's actually, I thought it was kind of interestingly procedural. But...
Oh, was it? I'm thinking of maybe the duels.
I mean, we could do it as a duel and we all roll and you. But I mean,
we'll use the
anyway.
mid-range complexity one. Where is it here? So then the first thing.
You've got 3 types of combat, have you?
Well, technically 3. One of them is really just you guys reacting to walkers.
Yeah,
but there's also duels and brawls.
walkers.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
If you listen to my podcasts, Colin.
all right. So
Not the
first,
actual play.
I haven't listened to your latest one.
Yes, it's all right.
So first action is anyone can try and take cover if they would like to.
Does take cover going to help against melee attack?
That'll be rolling mobility. It will not. It will likely. Although it may be a precursor to trying to hide from this bear.
Yeah, that's it.
If
Yeah,
anyone
I definitely am
wishes
going
to try and hide or try and get cover, you can go ahead and give us a mobility check.
Okay. Nope.
Yeah.
I think I will push it. Bears are stressful.
Bears are very stressful. Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah. Oh no, Laura. Jesus.
Jeez, Laura.
So I think maybe Laura, because you were the one who precipitated all of this, you sort of stagger back and you fall prone on the ground trying to get away.
Yeah.
Joel, you're not diving. Why don't you roll for Jason, Darren, so you're not sitting on your hands watching a guy die.
Yeah, I can roll for Jason. That's
Jason
good.
will have is he good at?
He's a survival
Jason,
guy.
Survival and endure, so it's 4 dice you're rolling if he wants for mobility.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, beautiful.
Look at that. So he has cover now as well. Next up is
But I got.
yes, I would
range
do
attack.
it.
This bear is equipped with 4 sets of paired machine guns, but unfortunately he has no ammo for any of them. So just
we
looks.
gotta get those guns. And
Yeah.
Right.
So range combat. Anyone who wishes
Alan's gonna shoot his rifle.
Yeah, I'm absolutely shooting my shotgun.
Okay.
That's why I didn't move for cover. I have 0 ranged combat.
So
What does that mean?
Just roll your agility.
agility then, yeah.
With my 2 stress still? Is that how that
Yep.
works?
You always had stress.
Oh, and then we gotta add for the weapon +2 for a rifle, right? I don't know what a shotgun is.
Oh,
It's on the GM screen.
shotgun says damage 2 bonus +3.
Yeah. So bonus 3 dice,
Oh, okay, so
And a rifle is
and
+2,
this is
right?
short range as
So
well.
3, 6, 8. So I roll 8 dice, and the last 2 are stress.
Okay, that hits.
Oh,
And I'm gonna shoot as well.
Okay.
I got a hit. I got 2.
This is handled as an opposed roll, though. Hold on.
Oh, unless it has a ranged attack.
Let's see
Like if
here.
those guns come up.
It's handled range. 2 rolls and resolve any situation where someone shoots person doesn't shoot back. Oh, that is a straight roll. You're right. Yep. Okay. So Alan, you hit. Let me get my. I'll put a health bar on that bear. There.
how do you know? What do you have to roll to hit? Just 1?
Just so you get a success, yeah.
So you have 2 extra damage too. Joel.
Is that how
On
that
your
works? I can't
Yes.
see that. Where does that say that?
It's probably like
Let's see here. Under duels. Oh yeah, 1 plus each extra success adds +1. That's in a duel.
The duels work. That works the same as the brawl. Then.
Yeah, so it'll be unopposed.
Okay, so I do +2 damage on this one.
Yes. So and the damage is what?
2.
2. Okay. And I just have my bear. Where'd I put him? I just lost.
So that means I roll 4d6 for damage?
No, it just does damage.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't roll damage.
Oh, they just do damage. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, combat is pretty lethal.
I mean, people only have like 3 hit points basically. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
makes
That's
sense.
your red bar there.
A bear has probably more.
Here we go. Bear does have more. So how much did you do?
I do 4.
Holy shit. And Alan, you did, how much is your...
I just got 1 success, so I just did 2.
2 points. Between the two of you, that's enough. So you guys...
Thanks.
This thing goes down. Laura, you are going to take 1 stress, though, from that... from nearly getting fucking mauled.
Yeah, I'll take a stress.
All right. So with the
problem.
2 of you going off...
That's a result.
Holy hell.
Wow.
That was a good. Oh my god, that's a touchdown, Joel.
So 2 of you high five one another.
Well, I do make the high five. I don't know if Joel's gonna.
It's not the first time I've had something that big charging at me.
Yeah. Yeah, I put out my hand to give you a high five if you.
Yeah,
Laura,
sure. That
Jason
was
comes
pretty
over
amazing.
and tries to help you out.
What help? What? Give him a high
Jason
five?
comes over to help
Yeah.
Laura up.
Oh, yeah.
Just picks
Yeah,
her up by like the collar and.
She gets up kind of shakily, quick
Non
swig of the
sequitur.
drink.
Non sequitur from college. So we were in this like, it was a party and we were drinking and then and then we wanted to leave, but we couldn't. But somehow the door got locked in this little courtyard. And one of my friends who happened to be a tight end on the Harvard football team, he climbs up the thing and I was going to climb up, but I had like I had boots on, so I had slick shoes and I couldn't get up. So he just reached down and like grabbed me by like the collar and just like
Holy shit.
yeah.
It's
Amazing.
crazy. Like nothing makes you feel like a little boy, like standing around or being around rugby players, for instance. A friend of mine was dating a rugby player when I was in Scotland, and this guy was just a fucking monster of a human. Like he was 2 of me in size. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Eric Carter. His name is Eric Carter.
Nice.
So it's amazing.
With this thing down, what are you guys doing?
Well, I guess bear steaks are on the menu.
Yeah, that's
Should we track down? Well, should we track down Daniel then, just to make sure?
Yeah, I think we got to confirm what we all believe here.
yeah.
Okay.
He'd look for us.
I will tell you guys, just out of fair warning, because if we were playing this in person, we would have the threat meter sitting in front of us. So being that we're in the 4th hour, or the 3rd hour, we're into the 4th hour of the session. Perhaps it's appropriate that we're at 4.
Okay, that's not good.
The reason
Wait,
that
so
matters...
where are they? Did the gunshots attract?
Yeah, I think the gunshots, what we see is like elsewhere in the woods, in the show version, we would hear the gunshot and someone would kind of look up, gore coming from their mouth, and then they would stand up, and as we slowly pan back, you would see hundreds of them are all up and making their way through the woods and slowly staggering towards tattered clothing on them where they may have been caught in the snow, but very well preserved. So the threat level, here we go. Nope. The reason it's important is because at a certain threat level 4, the walkers are closing in on you. Yes, that sounds about right. So, at, where is it here? I thought there was a chart I saw. Oh, here we go. This was for fighting.
Well, yep.
Yeah. So why don't we do this? Let's have someone is going to give us a survival check to try and track down Daniel. You'll get +2 to that. And someone will give us a scouting roll to be keeping watch for things.
Okay. I think I did pretty good on the survival, so I could do that.
Okay.
My scout is a 4.
Or scout? Wow. Okay.
Oh no, 3. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Have you got stress dice on that, Joel?
I do have stress dice right now.
All right. Okay, here's my.
Is that included on your?
Number? No.
Because
I have 2 stress dice.
I could do 4 scout, but I'd have 2 stress die on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do the scout.
Here's my tracking.
Yeah, your tracking's good.
I messed
Oh.
up. Yep.
Okay.
Wait, do you have stress? Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, I messed up.
Okay. And that was your survival roll. So Alan is keeping track of this.
Yep.
Who was giving us the spot or scout roll?
Yeah. Oh, no success, but
You want to push it? You get an extra stress dice?
yeah, we're getting late in the game.
Heck yeah.
I'm stressed. I'm ready.
Yep.
Feel free to, Darren. You'll be effectively playing Jason right now. So if you wish to intervene, he has survival.
Oh, nope.
You also have 3 stress, so that's 2 1s in that.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
Smack dab into walkers.
Okay,
Oh
yeah.
God.
I think as you guys are walking along, Alan is perhaps a little overconfident of his ability to track right now. He's like, come on, it's this way, it's this way. And
I found it.
yeah, you do not realize when you walk basically directly into a walker, and Joel, you're like, hey, and maybe see that, and that's what leaves you wide open for a walker attack as well. So let's see here. The way that right now it's only individual walkers for each of you, so you just need to tell us how you're trying to avoid that, and then make an appropriate roll.
Okay.
So what are you thinking? What skill would you think of using to try and avoid this thing as it tries to come in on you? Oh, and you know what? I also loaded. I just saw the picture, so I remember. Ooh, wrong thing.
I guess
I did a search. I did a search for bear to find a picture of bear. Do you want to guess how many individual pictures of owl bears I have loaded in here? Almost as many as I have pictures of owl bears in my home. So
I can't bring up the rifle to shoot it, can I?
Yeah, you could try. Oh, it's in. You can, but I'll give you -2 to your skill because you're sort of trying to use it in close combat.
Let's see how this. All right, so it's 5. I think it's the same then. All right, that's probably close combat. I'll just kind of try to smack it with the butt of the rifle.
Yeah, so go ahead and give us a close combat roll.
So it just ends up being the same. So I got to stress.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone gets stressed because of zombies, except for me.
Oh, is that how it works? Oh,
If you see him,
I'm
yeah.
at 4.
Oh, Joel, getting close to a break. Love it. Anna
Joel
wishes
is
you
not
luck.
happy. Yeah.
So this is 4, but I'm stressed. Okay.
Okay, so are we rolling 5 then in total?
Oh,
Nice. Okay. So yeah, what does it look like as you dispatch this first walker?
I'm like, oh, I found Daniel. Ah!
Okay, you crunch its head, it falls down, and then Joel, what are you?
Maybe it was Daniel. Oh, not yet.
Yeah, probably not so quickly. Joel, what are you doing?
Well, Bella has actually been waiting for this, and so has Joel.
Yep.
He just cannot wait to crush a zombie skull with his bat.
Yeah, you also get I think a bonus when you're fighting
+2 to close combat when you fight walkers.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that +2 on the number of dice?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly, to your dice pool. So you'll be
5,
rolling
8, 10, 14 dice.
14 dice, but the last 4 are stress dice.
Oh my
I know.
god, Lord. 14 d6 to crush this thing's skull.
And one of them is a mess up as well. Love it.
And only 1 hit out of 14 dice. Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
Okay, so
Can roll 20,
I
man.
think there's an actual table. to
yeah,
roll on.
I'm certain there is. Let's see.
When you're fighting walkers. There's even a table when you're messing up in combat. It's a D6 on page 64.
64. Okay, thank you. Let's see.
Let me see if there's a red one.
Um,
Oh wait, there might maybe unless there's another table
Wait.
for walkers specifically.
Messing up typically means you get combat. Also means you run out of ammunition. You do something that helps. Because I think it's just you didn't fail, so you've taken this thing down. You know what I'll do is with a mess up, I'm going to increase the threat level
Oh no.
to 5, which means what does it look like as you take this thing down, Joel?
I think he crushes the skull, but like against a tree or something, and it's like I don't know, just makes a loud cracking sound, or maybe it was like a deadfall and it like knocks the tree over too, or
Might
some
I
kind
make
of
a
like
suggestion
loud
more
crash.
personal for your guy too?
Yeah,
What if you fucking celebrated? Yeah! Or something like that.
just something that he just was so excited to finally get this kill.
As such, that's when you realize what else is in the...
Yeah, I guess we gotta. Well, the other guys can try to lower the numbers of the swarm too, I guess.
Yep. So now you are facing a swarm. That was just the dealing with the mess ups initially. Now you guys are dealing with a swarm, and there are specific rules for this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So, I would hate to be accused of saying like, Kev, did you run a fucking zombie game just to talk a lot about bears in Alberta? No, it was my feint, the famous Canadian bear feint.
So you gotta roll the swarm size. Page 77.
Yes, hold on. Where is it here?
Maybe we'll get lucky.
Finding the dead.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll get lucky.
So here we go. Fighting a swarm, small groups with large groups. So because of the size of this group, you guys can use force, close combat, or ranged combat. And the walker swarm can perform 3 types of attacks. I can do single attacks on you. A single walker attacks 1 PC or NPC. Roll a random dice to use targeting, or I can block off escapes until the fight is won. All rolls for mobility or stealth need 1 extra success to succeed. Remember, you can choose to use any skill that makes sense for this. So you can narratively describe something that, like, for instance, Jason is only skilled with Endure and Survival. So you might choose to, like, Endure, like, force his way through a bunch of them, knocking them over or something like that. That's more force than it is Endure, but... So each round, 3 chosen PCs and NPCs in the fight all roll skills and add up the number of successes. Which skills can be used depend on the current threat. You need to get a total number of successes equal to or greater than the swarm's threat, which is a 5. And once you get it to, if you get a number of successes greater than 3, and swarm goes down by 0, 1, or 2, dictated by the GM. As long as it's 3 or less, you only need to run 1 round. If it's 4 or higher, winning a round just means the swarm size is reduced 1 step. So this is going to be at least 2 rounds for you to clear out how many of these fucking zombies are around you. So, to recap, just because I'm talking my way as I'm reading all over here, you guys can use force, close combat, or ranged combat on your turn. 3 of you can make rolls for this, and you need to contribute a total of 5 successes in order to reduce it down by 1.
Okay.
And let's see here. Yeah, and the single roll is attack is still you guys making the rolls. It's a little. It says a single walker attack is resolved by 1 skill roll by you. Really would have been helpful to use a definitive player or game master in that. Instead of you could roll any skill that makes sense in the situation. The GM has the final word, which tells me it's you guys rolling, not me. So, which 3 of you are fighting zomboids, and what skills are you using?
I'm shooting.
Shooting? Go ahead.
Yeah, range.
Yep. Give us a ranged combat check, please.
So I've pulled out the pistol. So when it says bonus, is that bonus dice?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I got +2 for marksman in the first shot, +2 for the bonus on the pistol is 4, +6 agility and ranged combat, so that's 10, 13 dice.
Yeah.
Right.
Last 3 are mess ups.
Yeah, last 3 are mess ups.
Or sorry, last 3 are stress. I don't want to jinx you.
So I only get to attack if you guys fail, by the way. All right,
Yeah,
so that gives... Oh, that's 2 mess-ups.
2 mess ups. That's shocking.
Okay.
You can. Oh no, you messed up, so you can't push.
The rifle was damaged when the bear attacked. It does not fire.
Or the pistol, right?
Oh my goodness.
Did you use your pistol or did you use the rifle you picked up?
Pistol.
Pistol.
Oh, that's pistol.
Okay. So yeah, the pistol. It clearly you weren't listening to when the others were telling you to maintain it. It just clicking.
Yeah.
So that is 0 successes. You could push it. Can you
No,
push
you
it?
No, it's because
I think you messed up, so I don't think you can
messed
push
it up.
mess ups.
Oh. So here we go. Messing up and give us a D6. Let's roll messing up in combat. So give us a D6 roll there, Colin. A 2.
2.
You hurt yourself. You accidentally fall, get cut, or get shot. You take 1 damage. That's your red bar.
Okay.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I can try.
Okay.
I mean, I do have a crazy roll.
Okay.
He is just, this is kind of what he's been waiting for in a way. So Bella is just full bore crushing skulls.
So you're adding the dice. Did you have any bonus dice from the baseball bat too? Or did you look it up?
Oh, sorry, no, I didn't look it up. I should have.
A baseball bat plus 1.
Oh,
Yeah, 15 dice. Wow.
so
Yep.
1 more D6.
And the last 4 are stress.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately.
there's another mess up. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
know.
give us a 1d6 roll there, Jeff. Oh, no,
Okay,
so did you roll right? Yeah, there's your 14, 15. Okay.
the 1 dice it should be part of it. Yeah.
Got it,
And
okay.
then this is the D6.
So the mess up is, let's see. That's probably on my, hold on, my GM screen. I'll bet you. Messing up with combat. 3. Oh! Jesus Christ. Hits friend with attack.
oh no.
Use random dice to determine who. So give us a 1d3 roll. It'll count Jason, Laura, and Alan. Holy fuck, you might kill Laura.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
You ain't hit me, has he? Oh no.
That is 1 1, 2. So yeah, Laura takes 3 points of damage.
Should be.
So it's a base damage is 2.
Base damage is 2.
Yeah,
And
3
plus
points of damage.
1.
Yeah.
So then I think we roll a critical hit, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, critical hit.
So
table.
give us a 2d6 roll. Joel?
Oh god. Yeah, of course when it's against Laura, it's some kind of crit.
Okay. 43. A dirty wound. So you're going to take...
Oh no.
Yeah, so you crack a bleeding hit on her head. So Laura, you've taken 2 wounds. Now every hit from now on is going to be another critical hit.
So how much? So what is it? How much damage have I taken now?
You've taken more than you have. You took 3 points of damage from her, from
so
Joel, which is what triggered the critical hit.
She's broken also.
But that does count as 2 successes. So you've got that. You only need 3 more successes from the last roll. Who is it? Alan or is it Jason who's rolling?
I don't know. What do you, I got 6 dice. 7. Yeah, 6 dice.
Jason's 4 dice man, isn't he? He's no.
Well, what does he have for close combat endurance or?
I don't think he's got anything, has he?
Yeah, I got 6 dice for range combat.
It'd be Alan, I think.
Okay.
All right, 6 dice. He pulls out his pistol also for close combat and shoots around.
Okay.
The last dice is a stress dice. Only got 1 success.
Nice. Well, that's 1, so it's 3. So unfortunately, you guys lost. I'm not increasing the size of the swarm or the threat of the swarm. I am making attacks. If 1 or more PC messed up that round, I choose 2 options instead of 1. So my first option is that block. There's no clear way out of this. You're going to have to fight your way out or you guys are going to die. And then... let's roll randomly here. In 4 hours of play, guys, I've got to roll twice, so that's a pretty good average for this game. Let's see, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got 1, 2, 3. Joel. What are you doing to try and fight off this swarm attack?
Oh god. I mean, this is not going well. I think that maybe he's, felt like he's a little too wound up and a little too excited.
Yeah.
So, instead of trying to crush skulls, maybe he's just trying to clear a path out of here so we can sort of break free and get back to the house.
Yeah, using force.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Go ahead. So you'll be rolling, what is it? Strength plus force plus 4 dice.
Yeah. So 7.
Come on.
11.
The last 4 are stress dice.
God damn it. Stress dice. No stress, but no success.
So enough said, you didn't stress out, but you didn't succeed. You want to push that, get that stress up to 5?
What do you think, guys? Should I
think
do it?
We're going to get torn up.
That will allow us another mechanic, because you'll have to...
Rebecca's like, oh, wow, they never came back.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. Yeah. Sure. Let's just do it.
So hold on. We actually need to make a fear check, I think.
Oh, before this?
We'll make your roll, and then we'll deal with the consequences.
All right, here we go. Come on, let's clear a path. Oh, of course.
There you go.
2.
It works, but another bad thing.
Give us a d6 roll, and then I'll look up your thing. I might just move this over here. 6. Bad positioning. The opponent gets an extra success on the next roll. So that doesn't really do much in this one. All right, so they are swarming around you, but you're actually able to fight to sort of push them back, and you're not hurt. However, you have hit 5 on the stress level, which means we need to...
Oh, you got to roll for your fear check, yeah.
Yeah. Which was... Where the heck was that? Relieving stress. It was before this, before duels, 4 talents.
Yeah, seats 1.
Core characteristics. Where are we here? What on earth? Where is it? Here we go. You can roll either wits or empathy, and you have Alan is still alive, and you're fighting for him. Who? Oh, Kayla is your anchor, but she's not here. So you roll your wits or empathy +2 with no stress dice.
Okay, so I basically roll 5d6.
Okay.
Need a success.
And I just need a success?
You just need one success, yeah.
Come on, roll 20.
There you go. You're holding it together, Joel.
You hold it together.
All right. Unfortunately, the swarm still holds, so we're on to round 2, and they have completely surrounded you. There is no escape. Which 3 would like to make rolls here?
Well, Laura can't do anything, so that makes it easy.
Oh, yeah, right. Is that what happens when you're out of...
you can only... If you're broken... You can say some words and crawl behind some cover, but you cannot walk. So you gotta grab her too.
Yeah, you're just seeing stars, Laura, right now from where Joel clarked you in the back of the head. So then it'll be
just rolling around on the ground.
Darren playing Jason and Joel and Alan. You need 5 successes, guys.
All right. Oh, you get a stress, by the way, Laura.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
So who would like to roll first?
Alan's gonna. I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna call out. I gotta need to find my wife.
Your drive, exactly.
Get that extra drive.
2. Okay.
So he puts it at 8 dice.
What did the drive do?
Adds +2 dice.
That's +2.
If Joel goes down, I'm gonna lose it too because he's my anchor. So I'll get stressed out. But does it go? Oh, come on.
There's no, but you didn't mess up.
I can push it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So add 1 more to stress. You're rolling 96.
I got 1. 1 more plus 1.
1 more dice, yeah.
Yeah, 1 more.
Come on. Where's that 6?
Nope.
There you go. At least not a 1, though.
1 success. Yeah.
Okay, so you got 1 success. So you need 4 more between Joel and Jason. Oh, and Jason, remember if you're using your rifle, it gives +2, doesn't it?
Yeah, shooting ranged attacks.
Yeah. This is like 100+ zombies, by the by.
Yikes.
So, who would like to roll next, Jason or Joel?
You go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have because Joel has the best success, got 15 dice or something, but so.
Yeah, he can use his rifle, can he?
Absolutely.
That's his best chance, I think.
And rifle is +2, so you'll be rolling 6 dice.
66, yeah.
There's the 1.
Got 1.
You want to push that roll? I know he's an NPC, but you're since the doctor's...
If he pushes it, does he keep the 1 success?
Yeah, I think you keep your success and you just re-roll the ones that did not succeed, but you also will be rolling... You'll be rolling 66 again, but the last one will be a stress dice now.
Yeah, it will go for that.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go. That's 3. You guys need 1 more success to succeed.
Come on.
All right, 15d6.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's the least you can do is carry me out since you slapped me down onto the ground.
Oh, yeah. The adrenaline is flowing very heavily now.
Yeah.
And you don't miss out. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Man. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So that pushes it to 8. I'll actually reduce the swarm down to I'll say is that you for 1, it's reduced down to a size of 4, and it's no longer blocking the way out. So you could try and use mobility to try and escape.
Yeah, we gotta grab Laura.
Get me out of here, JB! Get me out of here!
Yeah, I probably would grab her.
And because you guys succeeded, you just need 1 more round of success.
Yeah.
And you only need 4 to be able to win this round. So, you're keeping everyone off. Maybe, Joel, you step forward and you're battering these things as they're trying to get in on Laura. Blood is sort of blinding her, and kind of as she's staggering forward.
Yeah.
Who would like to start us off for this next round? You only need 4 this time, guys. It's like a gift.
Yeah, well. All right, Darren, you want to start us off?
Can I
So
use...
I feel like Jason's like shooting like at a little distance.
Yeah.
Is Jason, has he got +1 in survival?
He does, yeah.
Yeah. So can I use survival to pick a path that the zombies are going to, like logs and stuff, they're going to stumble over them and try and pick a route
it would
slow them down slightly.
So it would still be the net of that'd be 5
mobility, is it?
Yeah, 5. It'd be 5 dice instead of 6, unfortunately, because the way NPCs work.
And the end one's a stress, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, right. Plus the 1 for stress.
So is that 1 extra?
Hold on here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
One success.
Hold on.
Success.
You're going. Wait, expert. Right. Okay. So that would be 6 dice are rolling. The last one is a stress dice.
Yep.
Yeah. So I rolled 5, then I rolled 1 extra because I didn't allow for the stress one. So,
okay, great. So that 1 success, you guys need 3 more between Joel and Alan. Jason's like, over here, lead him over here.
And so Alan's gonna try to shoot a path through.
Okay.
And then Joel follow up.
Go ahead.
So I
go.
get 7 dice this time.
Okay, last 2 are stress.
Yep.
Let's see. Nice! So that is 3 so far. You only need 1 more thing. Alan is hitting these things. I'm going to see Sandy again. And then Joel.
So, okay. Am I rolling mobility this time? Is that how that
Whatever
works?
you like.
Okay.
Any of those ones we had before? Force, close combat, or ranged combat?
Yeah, I think he's sticking with the close combat. It's just what he knows.
Force, mobility, or ranged combat is what you can use now. Because his threat size is 4.
Yeah, we pushed him away.
Yeah, so close combat actually you can't use. Force, mobility, or ranged combat. What are you thinking?
Let's go with force then.
Okay.
So, get this number right. 2, 7, 12 this time.
Okay.
All right, come on.
Only 12. It's like you're barely rolling.
Yeah, you're crawling.
Oh, there's. But there's the 1. You guys have it down to 3 now. You need 3 successes in this: endurance, force, mobility, ranged combat, or stealth. And if you succeed with 3 successes, you can skedaddle. Who's going first?
Get to mobility because I want to grab Laura.
Grab Laura. You got it. Go ahead.
That's 7 dice also.
Come on.
I know she's crawling, but she's still alive. I don't think she's bitten.
I'm not bitten. I won't forget this, Alan. Get me out of
messed up,
here.
though.
It's a success, but there's a mess up.
Yeah. So
Give us a 1d6 roll there, Carl.
Yeah. Oh. 3.
Friendly fire. Oh, but you weren't hurting.
I wasn't shooting.
Yeah.
I could damage myself.
Why don't you resist here? You're going in to get her, and I think as you're trying to helping her up, it leaves you unaware. Give us, tell us how you're fighting off 1 walker attack.
Pistol. I got my pistol.
Go ahead and give us give you your ranged combat roll.
Okay. No, and I messed up.
Oh no!
You weren't counting your ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Give us a 2. What is it? 2d6, I think.
Yeah.
I think everything's 2d6. Why am I humming and hawing about that? Let's see what the.
Oh no, he's dead.
63.
Yeah, he's dead.
You defeat it, and everything is fine. So you hit this thing, and you are laughing. You do not notice the one coming from behind you that bites into your throat. Oh, Alan! Alan's dying.
Yep. He's dead, right?
Alan dies screaming. Yes.
Oh no!
Oh my god! No!
But at least I moved her though. I moved. Yeah, I did.
You got her
I did
up.
push
You
Laura
contributed
forward,
to
so-
successes. Yeah. So you guys only need 2 more. Joel and Jason, what are you guys doing?
I saw that 6. I know 6 is there.
I guess Jason will be firing a few shots off to make their getaway.
Okay.
Covering fire.
So what's that, 7, I think you're rolling? All things in? 4 plus 2 for the weapon plus 1 for your stress.
Oh, yeah. 7.
Sorry, I didn't give him a blue bar.
Oh,
Oh no! And it's the 1. Of course.
1 more. Give us a 1d6 roll.
6, 4.
Attract walkers. Raise the threat level by 1 or suffer a walker attack. How is Jason going to fight off these walkers? And you just saw Alan go down. Oh, Alan is Joel's anchor, which means...
No, Rebecca's no.
Other way around.
Other way around.
Oh, yeah, right. Joel doesn't give a shit about Alan.
Wow. Okay.
I'm
well,
so
that's
sad for Alan.
Alan's my anchor.
Your stress goes up.
What does mine go up to?
5.
Oh, so I've got to make a fear
You gotta
test.
make a fear test.
Yeah.
So it's a wits or a what the hell?
Empathy. What
Empathy, yeah.
Wits or empathy. Unmodified.
Unmodified, yeah, because you don't get no stress counting in that one.
It's just 3 dice. Just a 3 dice roll. Oh no. Right.
I'm so confident I'm not even looking up the rules. I'm kidding, I looked at the rules. But I didn't need them! Look at that! Laura
need
is
them
holding
rules.
her ship together.
She's still crawling.
Nice.
Put the DM screen down, Kev. Put the DM screen down.
All right, so then, Joel, it is down to you. You just need 1 success here.
No, what happened? Then we have to fight off a walker for Jason.
Jason succeeded. He got 1 success. He messed up, but he got a success out of it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there's a 6 on that first one.
Oh no, that was Laura not falling to pieces.
No, you look at Rebecca's roll. The 7d6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's got a 6 on there. So then it is Joel. So what are you doing, Joel? What are you doing to train? You only need 1 more. You can use Endure, Force, Mobility, Ranged Combat, or Stealth.
What's my stealth? Yeah, I think that. No, Force just gives me way more options. I think that it's just a case of like, I see this as kind of like really hilly things, and so like maybe he's like, trying to trip them up and get them falling back down the hill, like either rolling stuff down the hill at them. Maybe some deadfall or something to try and like push the horde back.
You get your plus
Maybe
2.
you push a tree over a windblown tree. Push a windblown tree.
Yeah. So go ahead and give us your Force roll with 5 stress dice.
I know, that's the problem.
Got it.
Oh, you got it, but there is a
up.
mess up as well. Give us a 1d6 roll, please.
All right, what's
So
the mess
everyone
at
be
this time?
attacked by a zombie.
Oh, I don't know if one's bad or not.
So out of ammo or weapon breaks, that doesn't make sense. So take 1 point of damage as you're stumbling along. Fortunately, not from a zomboid, but
Groin strain.
then if that is successful, guys, what do? Are you getting away? You've defeated the swarm. Are you just getting the fuck out of here, or what?
Oh yeah,
All right.
I think so.
Okay. So then, Laura is in desperate need of medical attention. Joel and Jason contract. Why don't I think that you don't need to make a skill check in order to get back here. But the trouble is whether you're going to be leading them or not. So a stealth roll will be necessary to try and avoid leading this swarm all the way back to your haven.
That's Jason and Joel right now too, right?
Yeah, Jason and Joel are the only 2 ones who are
Oh no.
conscious, and Joel is on the edge. So what are you guys thinking?
I think Jason would try and step up.
Yeah, I like that.
Seeing Joel's like a nervous wreck and swinging at midair, and he's just lost the plot.
Okay. So then you're going to give us it's 4 dice. Five dice because of your stress. I'll give you a fucking blue bar here.
Okay, 5 dice. Here we go.
There you go. Look at that.
job.
So what do we see as Jason manages to?
I told you we needed Jason on the team, man. Told ya.
Yeah, he just stares at Joel straight in the eyes. You need to keep quiet, and he just follow me, and he just ducks down. He just pulls his hat down a bit tighter on his head, and he just sort of starts crawling. Well, not crawling, but crouched down through the undergrowth.
Okay.
He's the man. I've got a new anchor. Now. Jason. I'm on Team Jason now.
So
I guess Ryan's gonna have to go to Bragg's Creek now, right? Bragg Creek.
yeah.
Pick up Ryan.
So while here I'll put is Ryan who you're going to take over?
Yeah, I'll take Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. So let me give you a.
Because Rebecca's gonna Rebecca was Alan was your anchor, right?
He's failed his medical though, Ryan.
Yeah, the last thing I promised.
Alan's dead though.
Yeah, but it was his dying wish.
Oh my god, my dying wish was to fuck over Ryan. What's that you want to say? Fuck that guy. So there we go.
Oh my god.
All players have control over Jason as well. So, as
I
you're
could pick up Jason then, honestly, right?
That's kind of funny. Like Alan, yeah.
Oh, I know, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll pick up.
So you got control over Jason right now. So as you guys, let's cut back to the. God, this day is just nothing but people coming out of the woods bloodied. Someone turn off that machine.
So I guess Joel's like fireman carrying, or if you want Jason to carry her, either way.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking. So Rebecca, it's 3 hours for when you will return, and I think maybe you're in the. We'll slow things down to give the doctor a moment here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're in here with the dining room. This guy's been just moaning softly, heavily drugged, but it's just a matter of time before the moaning stops, and then you have to take steps to ensure he doesn't come back.
Yeah, she's already tied him down properly so that he's restrained. So even if when he turns. But she's watching him carefully, and she's studying him, to see how long it takes for him to turn. Does he turn in the normal way, or does he just pass away? And because she's using it as
perhaps even more
education.
She's got a little notepad next to her, and she's carefully jotting things down, and then just going back to creepily watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very scientific. The's no emotion.
Yeah. So you hear kind of a duk, 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 duk on the door, on the glass door, and it's Kayla who's outside, and she's gesturing. Yeah,
I mean, she'd be annoyed because this is a thing. This is what's become a thing. But she'll go and look what's going on.
Okay, so you come out, and as soon as you open up, Kayla's like, they're back, they're missing, Alan's not with them, and it looks like Laura's hurt.
Oh, Daniel's gone too, right? Daniel's gone too.
Yeah, well, I mean, Daniel didn't come back before, so.
Yeah.
Turns out Daniel was fine. He actually just snuck off to have a snack.
Oh.
Daniel's sitting somewhere enjoying a Dr. Pepper, like, I'm not sharing this with nobody. What do you do, Doctor?
Can I see him at this point?
Yeah, you can see them, and it looks like that either Jason or Joel are. I mean, Joel's a little injured actually, so maybe Jason, who is fireman carrying Laura. who seems conscious, but she's holding her head, and that's never really a good thing.
Yeah. This day couldn't get any worse. She'd be thinking. She'll whoever gave her the nod that they were coming, she'll say, I need you positioned at the top of the hill. Watch to see if there's anything following them.
Yeah, Kayla goes forward, and she's got a rifle out as well.
Yeah, and then she'll gesture the others to come in.
Okay.
Obviously.
So as they come in, Jason and so Jason's, I can't remember what the role-playing prompts were for him. Jason is a farmer who thinks he's responsible for maintaining the survivors. So that's your marching orders. What do you guys do? Joel and Laura is still conscious, but quite badly hurt.
Yeah. So I guess Jason's gonna carry up there. Goes, Laura's still alive. She didn't get bitten by.
I love it. You're doing that is payback because of my stupid Texan accent by a Texan. So
yeah, Alan's dead. Good riddance, honestly. But he did. I mean, the guy did save Laura.
Yeah. Laura's alive on account of him because he killed that one walker that was going to get her, and he didn't see the one coming from behind.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's also not narrative flourish. That's the result on the walker attack. By the by, like they're extremely evocative.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, what, Joel? What are you saying? If anything, or are you just going to leave it to the doctor?
Ambushed. Yeah.
So, doctor, if you are going to treat her, fortunately, her injury can be treated with basic medicine.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Tie her down to the next table. Wait, what?
There's a queue forming. Yep.
But it's a dirty wound though, so it's a -2 to your roll. Oh, this is lethal as well. So if you don't treat it, she fucking dies.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Concussion.
Bit of antibiotics out. Yep.
I guess you do have like barbed wire wrapped around your back.
So was that 8? That's your roll?
Yeah.
Incredible.
The N2 with stress.
Yeah. So as you're doing that, what? How do you guys? I think maybe Kayla says, "Weren't you supposed to find a bear? What the hell happened?"
We killed the bear, but walkers ate it by now. Alan's dead. We found Daniel. He was beaten by walkers too. After the bear killed him.
So Denise and Kayla and Ryan are all in here as well. I think as you're treating Laura. How do you get wounds back in the game?
But just rest, I believe.
Rest in time?
But there might be a healing thing. I mean, you rolled like 2 successes, so I think you might have gotten one of them back.
Yeah, first aid requires that. Oh, and you regain 1 health point, and you don't ever get more than 3. So,
yeah,
Laura,
so you're conscious, or you're okay, Laura.
2. Would you like to treat Joel as well? There's no penalty to that, and you can try and, if a success, you can restore that wound.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Okay.
There's no penalty, so it's 10 dice.
Is Rebecca treating Joel? At a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She treated you. You got
Laura.
one back.
Yeah.
You got one.
You
back.
got 1. You're at 2 health right now. 2.
Is
Nice.
Jason there? I want to grab Jason's arm if he's in range of me grabbing his arm.
Okay.
But don't leave. Stay with me, Jason. Don't leave me. Stay with me.
He offers her some tobacco.
Okay.
Calms my nerves. He's gonna sit down. You gonna sit down with her there?
Okay.
Maybe we can hang out, release some stress.
Yeah. So if you spend time with your anger, once per session you get rid of all your stress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys can clear your stress, both Laura and Jason.
Okay. Well, Jason's only got 1, so I just. I don't know if Laura's his anchor.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't know.
Rebecca is my anchor, my PC anchor. So
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're spending time with
Jason, I'll see.
her,
Yeah, I'll give it.
Let's see. I'll just
Give
roll.
Joel the
I'll roll
old
D6.
bedside manner.
Okay.
Right, and calm him
And
down.
so Joel,
Yeah, I guess it's Rebecca is Jason's anchor, because we're the only ones who see the future correctly.
So then Jason can, because you're all spending time together.
Yeah. Do we gotta kill Joshua or Jonas?
Oh yeah, right. And Joel, you're healed as well.
Oh, and you rolled that. Okay.
Yeah.
Success. Yeah.
So why don't we? Here, I'll shuffle Alan over. Yeah, I'll leave it as is.
Yeah, I put the X on him.
Yeah, that's great. Great stuff. So, do you guys want to tell them about the swarm?
Yeah, I think we might be having to leave again.
Might be time to move on.
Here's an interesting thing for fighting the
I
swarm.
want to plant a
because
garden.
you can. Your Haven, because of the level of defense, grants +2 dice. So we would go through the same type of thing, the same process of trying to whittle down the swarm down to a size of 1, but you'd get +2 for each of the things. So do you face them here? Do you hope to avoid them, or
No, I guess we should.
do you lead them off
here.
elsewhere?
I mean, do we know that they might not even be coming? They got a giant bear to munch on.
Yeah.
They might just move on.
Yeah, I think you'd keep an eye on them with a rifle, with a sight, and if they start coming this way, you've got to make that shout and get out or stay.
When you guys tell Rebecca, when you tell the collected group the size of the swarm that's there, there's a weird glaze that kind of gets in Rebecca's eyes. It almost seems like specimen.
Did you see Alan? Did he turn?
Laura, you were closest. I was just shooting. I was just trying to get us out of there. Shooting,
Did he
scouting.
Did he turn? I don't know. It just got him. I don't know. I looked away. I don't know.
There was too many. I couldn't see what happened.
It was.
There's
gone.
about 100, ma'am. About 100. 100, not 100. 100.
So Ryan, oof. Ryan says if there's 100 coming here, I mean, we can't. We've lost
What, 4 people today?
four
Three
people,
today.
3 people today.
Yeah.
We're down to 17. Laura's still hurt. Someone's got to lead him off.
That's what Ryan says.
That.
I look at Joel. I think at Jason. I look at Joel. I guess we got another mission to do, partner.
He shakes his head. He says, I think you misunderstand me. I'm not having another redwood. Doctor, do you think that those things would follow noise?
If you're close enough, definitely.
I hear fire also. Ryan, I guess what you're doing.
He walks
Maybe.
over and grabs
Bright
from the
lights as well.
He grabs 2 pots out of the sink. And he hits them together. You reckon that's going to be loud enough?
If they're close enough. Once you've got them, you'll keep their attention.
We have an armory at hand, unless Ryan has his own pistol.
He shakes. He says, thanks, Jason, but I don't think that this is the kind of thing I'm coming back from.
Oh, I know, but better you do yourself than they do you. Or yeah.
He nods and says, if there's one to spare and a bullet.
You don't need to do this, Ryan. Why would you do
yeah.
this?
He's Laura's anchor. Oh.
Laura, you are so...
Why would you do this? You can't walk out on me, right?
He turns and says, what's he call you? Laura? Little girl?
Yeah, little girl, probably.
He says, I'm sorry, little girl. If that thing gets here, everyone goes. You know it's got to be the way. And you're hurt. If you come along, it'd be neither of us coming back then. Now, Laura, that's not necessarily true.
Now, I could draw them off and I could escape them.
Laura,
I'll draw them off.
I think Jason put his hand on her shoulder. Say, Laura, I think Ryan's doing us a favor.
Yeah, like Laura, this one has like a fucking bandage on her head too that's soaked through with some blood.
You got concussion. You need to sit down.
But I'm fast. I can shoot. I can hide.
He
Now
looks
with
at
your head-
Jason and says, "Can you put something together for me? A couple of days of food.
Yeah.
I'll try and take him away to the southeast, away from Bragg Creek."
Yeah.
If you make it away, head to Bragg Creek. We'll meet you there. That's what the doctor says to try and keep the spirits up in the situation.
He nods. I will do.
I tell Laura he's the best for this. He's lived here, shoot, probably twice as long as we have.
I'll crumple up his medical sheet that said he failed and just throw it on the bin.
Beautiful.
Put something on top of it. Her notes of creepy studying. So then, Laura.
Rebecca's conspiracy to get Alan killed.
So I think, Laura, why don't you tell us, as he's getting everything ready, what is Laura doing? Because with him as good as dead, I think you're going to take 2 stress, unfortunately.
She's just gone. She's gone quiet now. And she's thinking I could sneak away, I could follow him, I could take that rifle. She looks about for her stuff. I could slip out. No one would know I was gone. Until it was too late. They'll never catch me. I'm faster than all of them.
So let's.
And then she's thinking, but then there's my head. And Jason don't want me to go. And he's saved me, and I'll be throwing away their efforts if I get myself killed.
I think
So
like in the film version of this, we would see you kind of like trying to get stuff ready, right? Like you're laying stuff out, and then you would see like double vision as a reminder of like. Fuck.
She's like rolling up her bag, and then she goes to get her pistol out, and then she goes to clear the chamber, and she's like, "Fucking thing!" And then she just like launches it across the room, and then everybody's like, And then her hands are shaking. She's trying to get a bottle off her drink, and she's spilling it, and then she just breaks down, and she's just like crying and shit.
Okay.
Sobbing and.
Yep. I guess for Jason, throw a bottle of spirits in there for Ryan. Bottle of wine or something.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And shake his hand. Be remember, Mr. Smith.
He nods. I'll see you in Bragg Creek. You know he's lying.
Yeah.
So when he reaches the edge of the clearing, as the sun is setting, you hear the first of the kunk of him trying to draw them away. It carries on as long as you want, as long as you can, hear it. What are our closing scenes with our survivors?
I think Jason's going to stand there at the edge of the fence with his rifle. Just kind of, but his arm, watching him as long as he can.
Yeah.
He's got his tobacco, spits occasionally.
Okay.
Watches him till he can, till he, just in case. Right. curses under his breath.
And I think Laura comes out just as like she's calmed down after that initial thing. There's been the going away of Ryan, and she's just sort of more or less ignored it. She's just there with her head in her hands, and then she's just been peeking up, and she goes out to Jason and sort of stands by him, and she just like puts a hand on his arm, like just to turn him round and as if to bring him inside. So
she'll just stay there and watch, but she'll put a arm on her shoulder, you know.
Okay. Joel, Doctor?
I think you see Joel chopping wood, and he's chopping it with like sort of this like regular pattern again, where he's kind of zoned in. Then he goes to pick up the next piece of wood. He sort of picks it up off the ground and he taps it on his head. Then you see him put it down and he starts chopping it with like an irregular rhythm. And then you sort of see like a single tear fall from his eye. He had a soft spot for Alan.
And what about Rebecca?
Yeah, in the film version, you see Rebecca taking a blood sample from the latest victim on the table, tied down.
That's freaking creepy.
And then finishes, just puts it to death, and then gets a little sample of the blood, puts it under the microscope, and writes down specimen 126 and starts studying the blood and sort of having a look.
And that brings us to the end of our session of the Walking Dead universe RPG, A Home in the Hills. So that was my first time running Walking Dead, and I will say, like all the other Free League games, I fucking love this. This was a really the Dead Walk. Speaking of walk, just doing the same thing.
To make that a little better.
Yeah, that was
more accurate.
Wow. What did you? So, Darren, first off, this was your request for a session. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the sort of the mechanisms of the horde and stuff, but I think most of the fun was the interaction between the characters.
That's the best
because they're all sort of nervous and twitchy, and they've got fears, but they've got anchors, and I thought it was good how everyone was interacting with each other, and they liked someone, didn't like someone, and just that back and forwards, and when it all kicked off, everyone sort of rallied around and trying to help each other, and it just seemed to work out. Only one character died, and we had a character to replace him, and I just thought it was good role playing with a few mechanics that made the story really.
I think it's something that I've found with all of them is that there's just, because of some subtle game mechanics that are in the thing, it really just encourages some really great authentic character moments, right? Like Alien felt very much like that, and actually in the same reaction I had to Alien, playing this, we laughed a lot more, I think, but playing this felt like watching if not The Walking Dead, then zombie fiction in general. This feels like the gameplay and the outcome, like the surprising death of Alan and the all the different outcomes we had.
The randomness, right? The randomness. That's
cool
it
thing. Felt so appropriate. And while The Walking Dead tends to be more fucking stone-faced, there are other zombie films which definitely, or zombie media that isn't quite as fucking stone-faced with it. It's a more playful, the way fucking life is. But when he died and when the danger came, that still felt authentic, in spite of us joking and whatever else about things. So I think it does a really, really good job of capturing the experience of watching that media in a different format.
Yeah, and I feel there's some genuine tension there. We was okay, and then suddenly you're down. Then I get hit with a bat. And I'm like, what?
hit
it
someone when
couldn't
they're
go.
down.
It's all kicked off. We were just coming off the back of delight of
Yeah. We killed the bear.
killed the bear, and then the shit hit the fan, big style,
Yeah.
and then just out of the blue, I think I'm getting saved by my anchor, and like that, he's dead. He's gone. That's it.
Yeah.
And then we was like one more success twice. It was clutch moments needing one, and I think Joel did both of them, didn't he? In the end, both times he just needed one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He only just got one each time. He needed one and he rolled one, and then he needed one and he rolled one.
His stress was climbing, which was making the
I
situation
know.
worse.
Yeah.
Very scary.
And then at the end, just the massive dice pull and the stress just stopped for a couple of turns, and it just got us through.
And we had a couple of clutch fear rolls as well, because Joel could have lost his nerve.
Yeah, could have
and if
lost
we'd have
it.
lost Big Joel was putting some success rolls on the table. If he'd have lost it for fear, or I don't know what would have happened if Laura had flipped out. I don't know. But, man, we come back from the brink.
You know what?
Some of us came back.
I feel like this is a game where, like, if you, I think it definitely could have a like campaign play with it, but I think you would be playing it to play the campaign more so than you'd be playing it to play the characters necessarily, right? And I don't think it's a bad thing at all. That's an absolute conceit of the system, and there's fun ways to give you ways to get into the role playing right away with the drive and the anchor mechanics. So, like, there's already great stuff to get a character in and connected to others right away. But that, like that was, and I mean, like, Carl did a great example of going from like role playing one character to immediately taking on another character that you already kind of
to be able
all
to do
cared
that.
about.
Yeah, you have to be able to do that.
Yeah, which is great. Jeff, what about you?
I like the mechanics of this game. I thought they play fun. I like the simplicity of the dice. I think this would be a really strong in-person game because of the, just having two different colored D6 pools
And the threat meter.
Yeah, the threat meter. This would be a fun party game for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, that was the.
I love pulling out.
sorry.
Like, I printed out like a map of Central Texas when I ran it for my home group, and they could see where they're going, and it was cool.
Oh, it's just, and like, to think of how much this is. One day of play we've had. You guys haven't gone anywhere. We did no random encounters. We did like just the possibilities of, and knowing now too, like having that moment of learning, like, oh my God, we need to get some fucking advanced medical supplies. Because without those, you're fucked, and you're not going to get them in Bragg Creek. Right. So seeing I don't know. I said at the outset that, like, oh, it's only not going to be a done in one. And the game provided us that,
it's like one episode. It's like the pilot episode for, Walking Dead Canada. Right.
Exactly.
So,
Walking Dead Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain Dead.
Rocky Mountain Dead.
Awesome. Any closing thoughts on the game?
No, it was really fun. It was good to play.
It was.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you for your help with it too, Carl.
We've got a proper story there. We're already, like, I'm already interested in the characters. Like, I kind of like, what's Big Joel going to do about his wood chopping addiction? And
is Laura going to drink herself to
creepy.
death?
Or maybe
doctor.
Jason can bring Laura back from the.
Yeah, it's neat because I love how there is an inbuilt mechanic for changing your drive and changing your issue. That's really fucking cool too.
Yeah.
So like that, and it for a game with a character death being a very real thing, it feels like they are really fun, and that keeps that tension really fucking high. Mechanically, you all four faced a huge horde of zombies. And only one of you died, and we didn't bend the rules or put our thumbs on the scale. So that's the game playing as intended, which is pretty fucking interesting. And again, like, true to the source material.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, in closing, once again, a huge thank you for Darren for choosing this one. This was, I backed this on Kickstarter, and I was excited to run this. It would. As far as games that do not have a Roll20 sheet, this one I would still consider running as a pickup game. I don't think it would be hard to. You would need a map obviously for it, but like it's not the kind of, normally that's a write-off for me because it's too much work to put character sheets together and put things in, whatever. This I actually might consider running for a pickup or a one-off, in spite of it not having a sheet. Roll20 would be nice if you had one, but
I think they've Foundry. They've gone Foundry, so I don't know if there's. I don't know if they're mutually exclusive, but
no. In some cases, they support them both, and I'm unclear as to which ones they do. Like they released a complete Dragonbane set of rules and compendium for it. So Alien is on here, Blade Runner is on here, Walking Dead is not. So
Tales from the Loop is on here.
Yep. So, and Anna's all right. Anna was saying that she had so much fun too. So, and for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our expedition into the Rocky Mountains of the Walking Dead universe. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or our fledgling adventure, I'll post a lot of the resources I had here, like the map and whatnot, and the characters onto the Discord server as well. Speaking of which, if you, in addition to leaving comments in the video, you can also find a link to the Dungeon Musings Discord server in the description of this video. I will post that information there as soon as we wrap up the stream. There is also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have a great selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. Normally, if you make a $10 purchase or more, you can enter the code MUSERWINTER, which is listed in the description of the video, to save yourself 10%. But at present, at the time of recording, Noble Knight is having its winter sale, and there are much bigger and much more substantial discounts on a whole bunch of games. So you still can use the discount code for things that aren't on sale, but you can go and check out through that link below and find all the games that they have on sale. If they don't have something in stock that you're looking for, you can often put it on a want list. Not often, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in, and then you can pick it up at your leisure. There's also a link down below to the Heroes Save Villages campaign, which is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really incredible organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in a bunch of crisis areas that you can learn all about. And by following that link, all donations through that link go directly to them. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help out the kids who benefit from their services. And this session was made possible by a generous donation from Darren. So thank you very much, Darren, for your generosity and for everyone's generosity who has donated this year. If you are going to donate this year, we will be running a bunch of charity sessions for the first half of the year, but all donations this year will be counted towards the second half of the year, where we'll be going back to our usual thing of donors can vote on our charity sessions for the elements that make them up. So that will be coming a little later in the year as our way of saying thank you. But of course, you can freely donate whenever you like to them. All donations go directly to help out the kids who benefit. The last thing I will say is, once again, a huge thank you to our stalwart survivors. You guys, in this kind of game, the role-playing and the engagement and the enthusiasm of the players is really the thing that carries it through and really makes us shine, and you guys absolutely outdid what I thought was possible with this game. So, Darren, Colin, Jeffrey, and Carl, thank you so much for playing today, guys. I had an absolute blast running this. So, for those listening at home, we'll be back with our next charity session in 2 weeks' time, kicking off a month of Dragon Age. So we have two players who combined their request for donation to make a month-long, well, 2-session, but it'll cover the month of March. So I'm looking forward to diving into that. We'll be back with that in 2 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that these heroes trying to survive a world of Walking Dead are facing. Bears. I love the bear feint. Going to use that in every game now. Kevin's an owlbear, but you missed the 100 zombies to your left. We'll be back, but until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.